Greetings, my fellow Narcadians, as I, Talisar Geldon, Master of the Narcadian Order, and I don't really have much in the way of announcements for this week. I'm still making my way through Star Trek Resurgence. By the time this episode comes up, I may be done with it. I don't have any additional plans for any content after that. I may take another look at Spaceborne and do some more work in there. I, of course, will be doing Armored Core 6 and Starfield when those come out. So look forward to those. I don't have really much else in terms of announcements. So please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that. And additionally, there will be links to my Discord and to my Patreon. Feel free to come on by to my Discord and become one of us in the Narcaean Order. Be welcomed into the embrace of the Narcaean Order. Yes, indeed. We are all one with the Order. And that's all I've got. So we'll be joining World's here in about a moment. But first, the intro.
The world is old. Age after age has passed. Civilizations have risen, fallen to ash, and been replaced more times than anyone alive can count. Secrets hide like gemstones under layers of earth and time, waiting to be revealed and claimed by the fearless and the foolhardy. But the earth hides much, and dark things slumber in dark places, waiting to be disturbed. On the surface, old kingdoms vie with new. Simple families struggling to survive, trying to live happy lives, are thrown about in the tempests of conflict and war. Nations protect their own, or exploit them, or sacrifice them to fuel the power of their god kings. Some gods touch the lands and their peoples, while others watch with interest as their followers burn.
Captain's log. We were patrolling the roads when we encountered banditry. Too late to save the victims. We put the bandits to the torch. Before dying, one of them drank a faulty potion and crying out in betrayal. I felt that was important to note. Commendations to Lieutenant Cyrus for hitting target 2 to 4 kills. And then we encountered a strange trail along the road. Fearing for public safety, we followed it to a grove of rock crawlers. Commendations to Renard for hitting 2 to 4 to kill target. Further investigations show colossal horde, some of them of colossal size. I recommend posting signage, as they seem to be moving north. And that was our adventure.
Thank God. Warning. Monster crossing.
Yeah, I feel like that should get the job done. Maybe we can put up a kind of like Magitech, no innocence crossing.
If you're a bad guy, please cross. If you're a good person, monsters ahead.
Exactly.
But But remember, bad guys, there are no monsters here.
There is no war in Bossing Say.
Only nepotism.
That really makes me want tea.
Why would you get tea from that?
Because
Uncle Iroh.
tea shop was in Bossing Say.
Yeah.
I want tea.
Uncle Iroh was the best.
He was.
Yeah.
Marco, I miss you.
Anyway, so
He's the
what?
archetype of a great power gamer.
So they're heading north, and I remember recalling saying that you said there's no cities north or anything like that to that direction that they're going. I forget where on the map that is. Where are we at on the map? It's been a while.
We are at places where things are happening.
Well, yeah, I figured that, but I don't remember it on the map.
Yeah,
Details
you
matter
have
not, Lieutenant.
sort of traveled, heading places, and going there and moving slowly because you're an army, and sometimes you're having to travel off-road,
Yeah.
and it's a whole thing.
My character would know, but I would not know. So that's it. Yeah, that's it.
And actually, you guys have been kept pretty busy, so I suspect you probably don't have a good idea of your exact location, but you can definitely roll it. Survival.
Survival? Okay, I'm rolling that.
Yep.
Yob wants to know that if Yob has been sufficiently kept moist during this trip.
North is this way.
Don't worry, Yob. Every time you started drying out, we had Renard rub his spit onto you.
What are you talking about?
Cyrus already said that he summoned water from the void to dump Yob in.
I summon water from the void always.
The void is Renard.
No.
Renard does not do those type of cantrips.
Is spit cantrips? How do you know that? Human biology is fascinating.
I'm really glad it was water. I was horrified of the other implications.
I mean, I do have prestidigitation, so you know.
You know what would be amazing is a variant of create water that's still a cantrip but creates gravy.
Oh, and sorry, I forgot to mention, for anyone that's curious, the point spread is currently 10 points for Cyrus, 15 points for Yav, 6 points for Renard, 7 points for Orin, 5 points for Orin's gun, and
Why are you putting my gun into his own separate category?
Alright, so I need to step it up. I'm a few points behind here. So.
Yob doesn't know what the points are for, but Yob loves that they're winning.
The Lich of Risteria is at negative 100 points.
No, you're the first one losing. You're supposed to have less points, not the most points.
Nope, Yob say they're winning.
Oh, so the Lich is ahead? Cool.
The Lich is very far in the negative.
What to say? Is this like golf?
Does the Lich need to show up and throw out some more fireballs? Is that what you're saying?
Oh.
Because I can knock those rookie numbers up. Yeah, so y'all had a wonderful encounter with a bunch of rock crawlers, creatures who have emerged from deep underground for reasons unknown.
Oh, so I assume I did not know where I was.
You are somewhere between Savalt and the capital.
Oh, okay.
And you're pretty sure you've been traveling to the north for a while.
Alright.
We're going to put the group...
I will ask around if anybody knows where we're at, so we can kind of point this on the map, because we really probably should see where these people are going. These rock creatures.
Couldn't we just ask Roller Buddy?
They are threading the needle between Karab and the capital. If that kind of gives you a better idea.
Yeah.
Sure, buddy. Do you know how to get a hold of Roller, buddy? You did kind of like absorb them at some point.
But did anybody else maybe want to roll survival to get more? No? Okay.
Apparently
I'll
not.
do it.
I don't
Nobody
think I have
knows.
survival.
Nobody cares.
I'll roll a survival check. I'm very good at survival.
I care, but I don't have the stats for it.
I'm sorry, I'm a gentleman, not a hunter.
Vance. That's funny. You have a much better idea of where you are in relation to the rest of the world. And you suspect you are just a little bit north of what was that?
Say anything?
Somebody spoke. Who was it?
Not me.
You should be.
You might have heard my TV.
Oh, that's true. Alright, crap, I have to do TV now. A little bit north of Narcanel.
Cool. I tell the party this.
All right.
That is a little bit to the southeast of Karb, and a little bit to the southwest of Nazburzadi, which is the capital. Because it's a party!
Alright. I tell the party this information. I don't know how relevant it is to us. I also want to roll another survival check to see if I can find any alchemical ingredients in this area.
Alright, roll me that beautiful bean footage.
Damn it.
You see, that was the less beautiful bean footage.
You do find beans, but they're not good quality. They are quite average quality. You're able to find some of the very most basic components, but nothing exciting or interesting.
Never mind, then I'm not going to take them. Oh well.
Privileged again.
So, my friends, shall we continue on with our jobs, or are we sticking here for the night?
I think we should, just take good notes and, I don't know, how late in the day is it? God?
Sorry, I had to mute because I was screaming.
Nightfall!
Nightfall was a great comic arc, and I'm sad that they just went,
Alright, night of the first day, here we go. Let's set up camp, everybody.
We should probably do something about our physical state here.
Yeah, we're gonna sleep.
I don't know what you're
Proposing we
talking
use
about.
dangerous magic?
I'm fine.
I'm also fine. At least that's what my wife tells me.
Yeah, we got a whole group of attractive people here. I've seen your perception scores. I know which ones of you are really good looking, though.
Alpisha has the coolest armor.
That doesn't really do much.
I'm the coolest looking.
I mean,
The
yes.
obstacle is looking to
Whoops, I grabbed the wrong one. That was the wrong feature.
Yes, that appears to be a 0d6.
I'm sorry.
Why is that 0d6?
Yav, would that be you that's so glorious, or your ethereal void self that you pull into being with your very existence that you're talking about being cool? Because one of those things is cheating.
But it's both Yav, so why would it be cheating?
What?
Not everyone gets to have a void self that they can pull into this world.
Why not?
Because you don't just have that. That's not a normal thing.
See, this is why Yav is trying to get you guys so many good insight eyes from large fish, but we keep avoiding bodies of water. So, Yav can't try to, sneak them into your food and try to make you shed your mortal coil so you can be cool like Yav.
Yeah, no, but if I shed my immortal coil, I don't just, become a void being of any kind, or any kind of higher being. Some deity, or likely some demon, will tear after my soul and drag me down to hell.
No, you're friends with Yav, it's fine.
I know exactly what would happen if I got separated from my mortal coil.
Extensive use of staples.
No,
I mean,
it involves a lot of. It involves going to Pharasma's Eternal Glade, and then things get weird.
What's that?
Great. I just think that. Okay, so camp time. Who wants to set up the watch rotation? Actually, this is not a real question. This is actually Lieutenant Cyrus's job. Assign watch rotation.
I'll go first since I don't like any of you.
Quiet, peon. I said Lieutenant Cyrus assigns watch duty.
We may be part of the military, but I don't have to respect you. You know that, right?
I will put you to the lance, infidel.
Yav is pretty sure that you can get dishonorably murdered or whatever it is.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Let's try this again here.
I thought that Yav was the only one that could do that.
Here we go. That's better. Alright. I'm all better. Okay. For groups, we will assign Vance and Renard on first watch, and I and Orin on second watch.
Okay.
And
Altisha and Yav on third watch?
Third watch, yeah.
I'm very thankful you didn't assign me with Yav, because I think by the end of the first watch, one of us would be dead.
Oh, that's really?
What do you have against Yav?
Nothing.
Fans, I don't know how to tell you this, but if you
BRB.
fuck with Yav, Yav will eat you.
I'm
This is not
very
a
aware.
joke.
I am very aware. I have seen them eat things. I have nightmares about it.
When have you watched Yav eat things? What do
Yav
you
has been-
know? How long have you been following Yav?
Yav has been very polite in their eating in public lately. Ever since the incident.
Yav thought we weren't supposed to talk about the incident.
Anyway,
Sorry.
but yes, thankfully, I don't. Anyway, I will prepare for the first watch, which means I get to think of it.
Like Yav.
I get to think of it fun ways to set traps.
Sure. Okay. Now, next question. Now that we've got our watch
Okay,
orders
I'm back.
set, who's making dinner? Or are we just eating trail rations?
Yav could do
Why don't you
it.
have to roll to see who's good at actually cooking? Or is that another survival check?
Does anybody have profession cook?
No.
Then survival would probably be the next best thing in my, Or we just eat our rations, I guess. That's really up to the GM now.
You do have rations, I assume.
I mean, you can still cook them and make them into something more palatable than just, dried beef jerky.
Unless this military is exactly like the military that wouldn't feed my friend on her work trip, I'm pretty sure we have rations.
Alright,
I
trail
would
rations
say,
it is. It's really good to know that none of y'all are like hunters or bring separate food. Altisha will make a point of pulling out a piece of cheese and handing a little bit to Yav.
I did roll a survival
Yay!
check, so I
You
might
can
go.
Give
It
me
stinks,
a
it's great.
craft alchemy. if you
All right.
want.
Yeah, I imagine being an alchemist is the same as being a good cook.
Not.
Feels like Yav is being Yav has offered to cook, but people won't let him cook.
Well, I do with the survival. I guess I hunt something, but I burn it.
You season your food quite well. Survival actually takes hours to do, so I don't think you want to hunt food. But you can season your trail rations, and they remind you quite a lot of a Flask of Alchemist Fire.
Huh.
That's
Alright,
lovely.
My wife's cooking when she's drunk. Because my wife actually cooks fairly well, and I wish she was here.
Well, that's lovely.
She's off doing other things, and by other things I mean she's doing her job.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, we're pretty far away from where your wife would be, so.
She travels just as much as me. She travels just as much as me, and we usually travel together, but we got assigned for two separate things, and now I'm very annoyed by it.
Okay, so, couple quick things for camping. Always remember, there's a lot of sounds at night. If you don't hear any of them, that's bad.
You do realize I sleep outside all the time, right? I know this.
I'm just making sure.
No
Next
sound
thing.
bad. Got it.
Next thing. If you happen to notice while you are sleeping, any of your limbs, boots, shoes, or gloves are being chewed on, please disregard any sleep nibbling. Sleep nibbling is an unintentional side effect of our friendly neighborhood Yav.
That or it's
Right.
fey.
I would really appreciate it if I didn't wake up with holes in my boots.
That or it's fey, and either way you don't want to particularly deal with it, because if it's Yav, it's Yav. If it's
Get
fey,
used to it.
it's fey. I've dealt
Give
with
y'all
fey. They're
something better
horrible.
to chew on then. Do you have
I got a
teeth
bone.
that goes through?
And as a last point, if you at any point encounter anything alarming at all, please fucking yell. Do not be an idiot and go and follow it off into the woods alone.
Y'all can you
I
control it?
I repeat, do not walk into the woods alone. I don't care if you're pissing. I don't care if you're following the Ferulian herself. Don't do it.
Unless you see a
Okay.
white stag,
Yeah.
in which
Make
case
sure
follow
you
it,
wake
because it's probably
one
going to
other
give you
person
something.
up, and so both of you can follow that thing into the woods. Yes.
Right. Tell your watch partner, so that way you can both die a horrible death from some fey creature that brings you into the Feywilds for 6 years.
6 years and a day. Thank you very much.
I felt that was very particular.
I have very bad experiences.
So, we rest for the night.
The
Do we
real
encounter anything during our watch?
The real question with the Fae is, are they bad flashbacks or bad flash forwards?
With the Fey, it's a bit of both. So did we encounter anything on our first watch?
First watch goes by without any particularly disturbing distractions.
Yay. I get to press the rest button.
No, not yet.
Yeah, bro.
Got 2 more watches. Second watch passes, I won't say peacefully, but loudly.
What, does something attack us?
No.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, I would.
The sound stopped. That's disquieting.
You ever heard the term deafening silence?
Remember that thing I said about how when the forest is quiet at night? That was a bad
Well,
thing?
That's a third watch, so that'd be on you.
Yeah, if the noise stops, I would like to do a perception check.
Roll.
I would also like to do a perception check.
By all means, roll. Just see what you see
Oh,
before
shit.
you see what you see.
Hey, Sylvia, is this updated?
Let me double check it real quick.
Okay.
Fantastic.
I don't know. I don't currently have ownership of Yav.
Oh, damn it.
What's it?
Level 2?
Level 3.
No. Yeah, we're level 3.
Okay. So that would probably be a 15 then?
Okay.
I will be right back. I gotta go get some bug spray. Goddamn wasps!
There's a wasp inside their house. Terrific. Hate it.
I gotta give my dog his medicine. I'll be right back.
Okay.
While we are on short break, I will also...
Okay.
Sylvia is still gone, I think. So gotta wait.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'll step away again. I'm good.
Alright, yeah,
Okay.
I should be good.
Okay.
So long as the wasp is dead, It's still crawling a bit, but it's covered in that bug spray, so it's gonna die in a minute.
Yeah, it's dead.
Also, my perception's wrong, so that should be a 15, I think.
Why is it wrong?
Because my sheet's updated because so I can't get a hold of the token because I'm stupid.
Okay. Well, you ready, Brett?
Yes, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay, so, Altisha, you do not spot the ambush of creatures, but Yav, you see perhaps the most horrifying of all enemies you could possibly imagine.
Oh God, vegetables!
I was gonna say a vegetarian, but
Worse, but you're pretty sure you can jump them.
I will loudly just scream a war cry and jump them.
Wait a second here. Are those
boy.
hits?
Oh boy.
hey, Brett, want a repeat of last time?
No.
Hey, it's okay, guys. I'm nimble.
I am not as nimble, and I will fall down these pits. So
Yeah.
I need to get away from here.
What the fuck is going on here?
They're encircling the party.
What? What are they? What?
Well, the alarm has been raised, I guess. So, right?
Okay. Okay, that joke was the bits.
Oh my god.
But I will say this:
Funny.
most of you fell for it.
Go fuck yourself.
It was low-hanging fruit. Anyways, what you actually see in the late hours of the night, in the center of the clearing, a pillar silently and slowly rises from the ground.
A pillar.
A pillar made of pure black stone.
Huh. Okay.
Altisha, buddy. Altisha, I'm smacking Altisha's arm.
Oh yeah. You know what? I should probably delete
what,
this.
What knowledge can I roll on the thing?
Well, you can see it's a pillar. I'm not sure what you're attempting to discern.
What kind of pillar raises from the ground in the dead of night on its own?
Okay,
This
you said
one
that
does.
Can I use that?
It's a pillar from the earth. It's an earth pillar.
Of pure black? It's gotta be something that's like an omen somewhere or some kind of.
It's fine.
Knock it over and watch a niffle snake come out and kill us.
Unfortunately, the tile transfer thing I had set up.
Well, I'm
no longer
still
works.
sleeping soundly
Aw.
in my dreams of awesomeness. There.
But we'll make this deal double duty.
Okay.
Invert it in your mind, and it's a pillar.
Okay.
I can't. I need visual aid, so it's not gonna.
Here's the visual aid.
That's not gonna work well enough. You're gonna have to find someone else.
How do you feel about unnecessary violence?
There you go.
I'm for it.
Sounds great.
By the way, can we hit the rest button?
No.
No.
It's
It was-
the middle of your
well-
rest cycle.
Oh yeah. Well, wait. Third watch. First watch would have gotten it, wouldn't they?
Nope.
No,
Nobody
wait,
gets
no.
it till everybody gets it.
Well, what about second? Oh yeah.
But either way,
Yeah.
What about second rest?
Yeah, I was about ready to make that
Second
joke.
breakfast.
My vice alarm going off. I got to turn it off.
this is what we're watching.
Good lord, I hate this room so much sometimes.
Okay.
I got my visual aid there, Magic. So there you go. And then we can go back to sleep, see, because it fell over, so it's okay.
I see no visual aid.
Okay. All right.
I don't see what you're talking about.
In Discord?
In Discord.
Oh, who looks at Discord? God.
Hmm.
Not me. Not me ever.
Well, you're missing some great context there.
So, if you want to investigate, I would recommend going to investigate.
Well,
can I-
everybody awake
Sense
first.
magic?
Who's awake, actually?
I think we all are at this point because we.
Well, I don't.
So far, 2 are.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, when Yav gave a shrilling war cry,
Oh, was that real? I thought that was a joke.
You mean for the pit fight?
Oh,
That didn't happen. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
I know. It was like a
See, this is what your jokes cause,
minimum
man.
level joke, but I couldn't resist.
All right. Well,
I
Altisha will
would
kick.
like to confirm that someone has heard me ask if I can use sense magic on it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna wake everyone up.
All right.
okay.
Waken the party.
Hey.
Alright.
Or detect magic, I guess.
5 more minutes. That'll get up, Nanny.
So, Detect Magic has a 60-foot range. You cast the spell.
You're
Let me do the thing here.
going to need to get closer.
No, we're good. We're good. I'm good anyway. I'm good. I wake up and look with my eyes. See.
It does radiate magic, but it's flickering. And as you stare at it, your head starts to hurt.
Ah.
Oh, is it flickering like our magic items
Yeah.
were flickering before?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Very
Just-
similar.
Okay, that's weird.
Okay.
Tisha buddy, it's weird. I don't like it.
Okay.
Can't really see it,
So, like, when our magic items are doing that, that was because their enchantments were still forming, right? Because the longer they went, the more set up they become, and now we can see what they do and whatever, right?
yeah.
So maybe this is still forming whatever it is, and it's just this is just either a piece or maybe I don't know.
Is there writing on it?
There are markings on it.
Mhm.
They do not immediately appear to be writing, but there are markings.
Yeah, I'll go up and take a look at it too. Yeah,
I feel like we shouldn't get too close to this thing.
yeah,
Yet I am intrigued.
I'm right up to it.
I examine the whatever you'd call it, font, writing, not writing,
Script?
texture, image,
You had to write it script.
hieroglyph, like
Hieroglyph also works.
Okay. Whoops.
Why
Oopsie.
Right.
pull my almond tofu?
You can roll me a knowledge arcana check.
Oh, I'm rolling that right now. Yep. I got that right down. Yep.
Ooh, we are
I've
all
never
rolling
seen this.
Great.
Yeah,
You're all rolling great today.
yeah, I haven't seen this before.
Oh, skills. Here we go.
Yeah, it is unfamiliar.
Can I try and decipher it with linguistics?
You cannot.
I cannot. Okay.
Wait a second.
Hmm.
Hello, everyone. Gwen says hi.
Hello.
Hi, Gwen.
They'll say hello. Hi, Gwen.
So there's scribblings, there are markings. We have no idea what they stand for.
You give it a good visual inspection.
And we look all the way around the pillar, and that's the only thing that we see is these scribbles here. Is there any Notches, slots, levers, any of that stuff. I guess perception. See if I see any of that stuff.
The pillar is pristinely cut.
Give me 1 second.
Hold on, Vance might have got it.
Those of you with knowledge engineering can throw one out for me.
Okay.
The dice hate me.
That's okay.
I'm an int character. Why can't I roll a knowledge
It's not
check?
a dungeoneering. He's an engineering.
I thought I clicked on dungeon. Oh, here. Do I not have?
Engineering.
Yeah, engineering. Yeah, I clicked on the wrong skill.
Okay.
There we go.
Man. Much better.
Oh my god.
Orin, from your examination, as far as you can tell, there is no way this obelisk, this pillar, could have been manufactured or created by any method you're aware of mechanically. It is flawless. There are no visible seams. It is perfectly mirrored on every side with the same inscription on every side. And it is sitting on a similar base of the same material in which it apparently ascends and descends from.
Does this pillar look like the similar pillars for what the weapons and stuff were on?
It does not.
No. Okay.
The level of engineering required to make this is beyond, mortal capabilities. I know of no way in which something like this could be constructed.
Alright. Here's a long shot. Could Altisha try and mock up a way that she could design this to have an idea of how they might have designed it using craft magitech? Create some kind of device that would just spit out pillars like this?
You could attempt to come up with a way to create something like this, but without actually knowing what it does and why, it's kind of a fruitless endeavor. And even in the case that you did understand what its purpose was, you know that your approach to this type of craft is very different from, shall we say, most craftsmen.
Fair point. Okay.
Why is it here?
Okay. Did you read out what I got?
What?
What?
I was talking to Magic. Did you read out what I already heard? Because I wasn't paying attention for a
I
second.
didn't read it out, I sent it to you.
Okay. I think this thing is made to manipulate. I think this thing is part of a formula in some way to manipulate magic. Not casting spells, but just manipulating magic in its rawest form.
Okay, yeah, I would like to point out that why did it just randomly form here suddenly?
Knowing our luck, it's probably dealing with that lich motherfucker.
Would I know whether or not this area is at a ley line or anything like that?
I'm not sure where you would have access to that information. Magic is generally not
Okay.
regarded or discussed.
Okay, I just didn't know if whether or not, yeah.
All right.
I just didn't know whether or not magic here works on ley lines or lines of strong magical energy.
My vision's kind of flickering here as I look at this thing, so I'm gonna look away. So, looking away.
I'm going to now. Do the hieroglyphs repeat, going vertically?
They're not repeating. There is a complex interaction of different shapes and symbols.
Okay. Could I try and copy that down in my spell book?
You can scribble that down anywhere.
Okay.
You, however, are developing a pretty bad headache.
Okay.
Oh, so it's not just okay.
Whatever this thing is, it's giving me a migraine. Is it? And considering it seems to be affecting Cyrus like me, so it's not just those who are gifted in magic. It's anyone who kind of looks at it. It seems.
I pull out. Sure. I'm gonna pull out that dagger of the that I have, and look at that, and the dagger of fortune, of course, and just kind of see if anything's reacting to it. I assume not, but hey, we're gonna check it out anyway.
It is not like providing a particular reaction, but as you spend some time studying it, you can tell the magical aura around it is slowly weakening.
Out the dagger?
Oh, is it absorbing magic?
I'm gonna
Like latent magic around it, right?
What was that, y'all?
It's like absorbing, the latent magic energy around it for itself,
Yeah.
So it's stealing, which is bad, because Altisha told me so.
I'm moving away, and I'm telling people, what's going on. And I feel like the weapon I have is losing power by being close to this thing.
What if we steal it back, though?
Whatever this thing is clearly beyond our capabilities. We should definitely report this back to headquarters. They may know more about what these things are. If more of these have been popping up.
Absolutely, we should definitely.
What?
You had a good idea.
We should definitely take copies as much of the ruins as we can back.
I've
back
done
with
that.
us.
I've been doing that.
Perfect. Okay, so yeah, we'll definitely have to report
taste
this.
it?
No, yeah,
That'd be
don't
useful
taste
knowledge.
it.
Oh, okay.
The runes on it are very intricate, and copying them accurately will take you some time sitting there next to the obelisk to do so.
And
Okay,
that
well-
will drain your thing.
Well, I mean, I'll leave that here, and I'll just do it. I'll just kind of do it and take it in rest cycles to do it.
Yeah,
going
I
back
was
and
going to
forth.
say it might not just be that; it might be draining everything around it. So be careful.
But yeah, I will take the time to going, copying some, coming back to the rest, and going back and forth to get what I can.
Alright, the longer you sit there and work at it, the more your head aches. And going back and resting doesn't rectify the discomfort you're feeling. It simply slows the progression.
I see. Okay, then. And if I realize that, then we'll just tough it out. Then I imagine there's going to be some saves involved here.
Okay.
Let me see. As you sit there copying the inscription down, you can feel yourself starting to lose spellcasting. Your shatter spell is expended as though it had been cast. Are you going to continue copying? You still have a lot left.
Yes.
I'm staying way away from there.
Same here.
Okay. By the time you have finished copying all of the information on the obelisk down, you have perhaps the worst headache of your entire life. All of your second level spells have been expended, as well as Color Spray, Crafter's Fortune, Magic Missile, and Mud Ball.
Okay.
Those count as if they had been cast within the last 8 hours.
Okay.
And you are fatigued in a way you've never felt before. But you have a copy of the markings on the obelisk
All right.
down in your book.
All right. Then I'll come back to the group. We're just looking absolutely haggard. Like, I got it all, but I feel like shite.
Well, look at it this way, Orin. Dwarves always love to have something to complain about. At least now you deserve it.
So do I have the fatigue condition?
You do, yes.
Oh, okay. And I don't have any spells to cast right now, so I mean, I okay. So even if we were to finish the long rest, I'm not going to have any casting for tomorrow.
Yep.
Right, you would have to rest for another entire 8 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, your fatigue is a big thing. I forget. I think you have to rest for a long time for that to heal up to. How long do you have to rest for fatigue?
Yeah, it goes down by a step.
Okay.
Rest.
Okay.
All right. I think we should move camp further away from that thing, and once we finish our rest, well, perhaps we should just go ahead and pack up and head back.
Yes, all of you are feeling at least some level of discomfort at this point, even at the distance that you're at.
Oh, I'd be moving away. Yeah. If I feel discomfort up.
I think this needs to be reported right away, and I think we should hurry back to our camp, or our military base, wherever that is.
Well, I wasn't saying that. I was just saying we should definitely move way further.
You don't think this is?
It's important, but it's a long trek back, so we'll
How much is left on our patrol?
24 hours. You've completed half of it.
Well, I guess we should finish it then.
Yeah. No one likes unfinished patrol, so.
Okay. Ever onwards. Can we hit the rest?
Definitely mark this on the map, so.
Yeah.
So you give yourself a good distance from the obelisk. Finish out your rest for the night, such as it is. And in the morning, as the sun finally starts to lighten up the sky, as it were, the pillar begins to descend downward.
Huh.
You know, I bet this is how the Lich gathers power.
Probably.
I think we're jumping to conclusions with insufficient evidence.
No, we're not really.
Yes, we are.
Not really, it's a lich. He can do a lot of shit.
Like, he sort of threatened to end the world at one point. I just don't know of anyone else who could, like, drain mana and constitution on such a level as spitting out obelisks in the middle of the night that absorb. Yeah, that's weird, and I don't recall it ever happening before or ever hearing about it happening before, so...
Right, this is completely and utterly odd, and the last big major event to happen was that motherfucker rising from his grave and coming to, well, not grave, but his prison, and, declaring that he was going to end all life. So I have reason and suspicion to believe that obelisk is lich related.
I am not going to be formulating any sort of conclusions with insufficient evidence.
How very scientific process of you.
Yes, because this...
Orin, as an alchemist, as a man of science, I implore you, there is such a thing as context clues.
Listen, just because there's a lich on the run doesn't mean that he's responsible for all the weird, stupid stuff that happens in the world. I mean, look at Yav. Yav is not the responsibility of a lich.
You are not. You are a separate problem that will be dealt with.
That makes Yav's point.
At a much later date with much better people than me.
What?
Nothing. Anyway.
I didn't understand that, but y'all feel like they were insulted just now. Y'all feel like shoes.
Sounded more like a threat to me.
Not a threat. It's more of a statement. But anyway.
Orin,
Yes.
you find a hole in your boot this morning.
No, y'all, no, don't worry about it. It wasn't y'all swears.
Oh, I can click the rest button, right, or whatever. So once I switch spells.
Yes.
Yeah,
Switch spells here.
I just healed myself up for resting, and I did not use the rest button since it wouldn't give me any other benefits.
Easier than, yeah.
Yeah, it's easier going back and editing out all my spells and all that stuff. So.
Yay, I got all my bombs back. I got my bombs back. I get to blow shit up.
Yes,
Okay.
less than a restful night of sleep, though. All right, so morning comes. Are you guys continuing your patrol or heading back?
I think we should continue our patrol. We don't want to start. As important as the pillar was, it's now gone, and we've marked its location. And the important as the rock crawlers are, they're not going to change the situation much, regardless of what we do.
Yeah.
So we might as well finish our patrol and be in good standing with the core. You know, hoorah! All that nonsense.
Corps Marines.
Well, I mean, yeah, very well. I don't necessarily agree with that, but you are our commander, so.
Gotta finish the job, Orin.
I do wonder if the rock crawlers moving has something to do with this obelisk.
I mean, think about it this way, Orin. What's the last thing you do when you build a gun?
Shoot it.
You put the firing pin in. But that whole process is useless until you put the firing pin in.
True. Facts.
So you gotta follow through. You gotta follow through with things. See, I even made a gun analogy for your dwarven, crafty ways. That's how much I care about you, Orin. Remember that. Let's roll.
Alright, you resume your patrol.
See, I've got leadership coming out the ass, motherfuckers.
Okay. Let's have some more fun. This is a good one.
Is it?
It is.
Is this the encounter where we come across a dying old man who has but one final wish?
No, he'd save that for himself. I wish I wasn't dying.
Cheater!
So, as you travel down the road for probably about 2 hours, further down, you hear a ridiculously loud explosion. And in the distance, you can see something streaming down from the sky and strike the road ahead of you.
Okay.
Well, we gotta check that out. Hurry the fuck up, boys.
I see the burning legion is here.
We hustle up and we go check out the wreckage.
None of you are gonna comment on my Warcraft joke.
I'm gonna skip that infernal reference.
Listen, the Burning Crusade took up way too much of my time when I was like 12, so...
I didn't say Crusade, I said the Burning Legion. There's a difference.
Whatever.
Nerd.
Yeah, there's
Damn
like
right I am.
the Burning Crusade 2 Electric Boogaloo. There's a couple.
You could just say Warlord's Drainer. It's fine.
Okay, 3 Legion.
Anyway, where are we going?
I want to
Down
check
the
out.
road.
I want to
Down the
check out
road.
the burning thing that fell on the road. It
Mhm.
could be an angel, guys. An angel, or an
I doubt
alien, or a god, or an Astari. If you know what an Astari is, wink, wink.
So you arrive at the wreckage, the impact site. The grass is blackened. The road is badly damaged, but there's enough of a flat space next to it for people to bypass the gouge in the earth. There are small fires in the grass, rubble in the crater where this thing struck, and you find a couple of bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of them still alive? We'll go check.
Bodies implies not alive.
I know, but I'm still checking. Still checking.
Well, you check, and all you find is some well-smoked jerky.
Alright.
Ooh, y'all claims that.
Those are human remains, Yav.
No.
You all can give me
So,
perception checks.
They're taken.
Yeah. I'm gonna do perception to see if I can see anything on these guys. That's what I'm looking for.
Look,
Hot damn!
Saying that it's very.
Hmm.
It's a waste of meat. Okay. Just
Yeah.
leave it there.
Do I see symbols of anything? I assume they're charged beyond belief, so probably not. But
Well, let's start with Orin.
Let's not.
Who picks the skulls out of one of the bodies and begins reciting some strange and unfamiliar quotes.
you put that down.
Oh,
We
so
were just-
y'all can't deal with it, but the friggin' but Gunman can.
It's just like,
He's not
One
supposed
man
to,
not to eat the corpse.
but he's playing with it, so that's the same. That's just as worse. So.
Listen,
It
they
is.
obviously
Have-
don't need it anymore because they're dead.
Have you never heard of Wilhelm Shakespeare?
No.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Who the heck is that?
He played the Underglobe Theater for like ever. Wow, he would always show up at my family's manor and like, you know, try and perform, but I never really got it. I was a kid, and I only lived at my family's manor till I was like 8.
Yav is pretty sure that Yav has eaten a book from that guy before.
I moved around too much, so I never heard. So heard of that.
I think I read one of his books about a guy named Jalik Kaiser.
okay.
But it all
We
you
are
know,
really stretching this out.
Yes, because we're idiots.
The weird thing I don't understand is the whole Underglobe Theater thing. Like, he doesn't even perform in the Underdark that often.
Anyway, what do I see? Because I got the best roll out of all you.
It's weird when conversations turn to video games. Okay, Cyrus and Renard, you don't spot anything interesting aside from the fact that the material of this meteor doesn't appear to be of extraterrestrial origin. It's just common stone.
Okay.
Altisha, you notice what appears to be a partially shielded remains of a leather pouch.
Huzzah?
Yav, it tastes like regular stone.
Yeah.
You pull it out from under the half obliterated remains of one of the corpses. And there appears to be the remnants of seeds and little bits of rock, small parts of animals. Vance, you discover some distance away from the corpses, concealed by the bushes in the area, a small bag.
Okay. I open the bag and see what is inside.
is a bag of eternal devouring, and you're I'm sorry. It's one of those things.
No, you're not.
I'm not. Inside the bag, you discover some interesting things. You discover a weathered spell book.
Ooh.
Okay.
You discover 3 rolls of parchment, very carefully bound, separate from each other. And you also find inside the bag. Let's go to this one.
No, it's a
these
ring.
guys suck. 7 gold.
Whatever. I inspect the spell book to see what spells are in it. Even if I can't use them, I could probably still give them to
You
someone
open
in
the
the
book and
party.
it explodes.
Exploding note.
I was gonna say spellbooks are often trapped.
You open the spell book, and it does not, in fact, attempt to consume your face.
Aw.
Good. If we were playing Lamentations of the Flame Princess, this would be horrible.
It sounds horrible.
It is a very bad game. Don't ever play it.
Got it.
You examine the contents of the book, and it seems to be a very basic primer on how to cast spells, containing all cantrips, as normal for spell books, mage armor, and magic missile.
I don't know if any of this would be useful to any of our spellcasters, but I'll bring it to them.
Nope. I already got
Nope. Yep, same here.
Well, can I eat that since you won't let me eat the meat?
Yeah, go for it, dude, unless you guys want to sell it. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know how easy it would be to sell a spell book.
Okay, for reference, I'm pretty sure selling a spell book in this economy would be kind of like trying to sell a used dildo.
No.
Wow.
More like trying to
Grossly
sell a
embar-
firearm that's had its...
Yeah.
Failure number.
It's essentially almost contraband.
It is contraband.
So,
actual contraband, yeah.
Okay, then yeah, you can eat it. I don't give a
well,
fuck.
no, we should take it back and turn it in.
Yep.
But I'd like to see what would happen if y'all ate a spell book.
Probably nothing. Just disappear the empty void that is Yav's soul.
But imagine if something cool happened. Like, for once, me and y'all are on the same page. Let them eat the creature.
Remember, this is how this all started. Remember, there's bad things happen around magic and stuff like that, and now you want to add more bad, try to cause more problems with magic. Let's not do that. And let's just turn it in.
I just want to see what would happen.
No. We are going to take that back.
And what are on the parchments?
Y'all never get to eat anything fun anymore.
You know what, Yav? Next time we find some bandits, I'll make sure to keep one alive to see what happens.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, it is.
Holy fuck, man.
Just joking, God.
What? You were lying to y'all? That's messed up.
All right, Yav. Here's the thing. I have a lot of gold. I'll buy you the best. I'll buy you the biggest cow we can find in the next town.
There we go.
Man, we are some morally questionable motherfuckers around here.
No, some of the people I'm traveling with is morally questionable.
I'm neutral. I just don't give a fuck. My character works for a cult. He can do whatever he wants.
All right, so we're looking at those
Parchments.
Yeah, the parchments.
Murder is not neutral, so
I mean, it can be.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, what is on the parchments?
Murder.
Dying gameth master.
The parchments are scrolls. Each one contains a single spell.
And what are they scrolls of?
There is a scroll of blend, a scroll of alter self, and a scroll of mount.
Yay!
Okay, I give those to the magic users. They might have some use for them.
Okay, did you say... Okay, so alter self,
Mount
He said blend.
and blend.
I never heard of blend.
Blend is a spell that gives you a competence bonus on your stealth checks.
Yeah. You blend.
Does it blend?
Yes.
It's almost as good as wearing hide armor.
Yes, it blends.
Alright. Alright, let's see here. If nothing else, if I have the proper materials on downtime, I can always copy these to my spell book.
So, can anybody guess what the thing that happened was?
Catapult of some sort, like maybe a trebuchet.
Yeah, probably.
Fireball.
I'm of the opinion that it was probably some form of siege weapon that went awry.
I'm gonna say someone was on top of one of the big rock crawlers and they built an improvised rocket ship to try and get off it.
One of y'all's family is visiting.
But
Why did you?
I believe the ghouls from New Vegas finally arrived.
the angle of entry you saw from the meteor streaking down.
Fuck God, I remember this. So funny. Sorry.
Precludes any sort of like angled catapult type device.
So a meteor strike?
That's very odd. Unless is meteor like a spell that people can cast in Pathfinder?
Quick question: Is there anything interesting in the lightly shielded belt pouch I found?
It almost, from the description of the contents, almost sounded like a spell component pouch.
Yeah, maybe it was a guy trying.
The remains of it does resemble a spell component pouch.
So
I'm gonna guess there was a magic user who had catastrophic magical feedback.
Yeah, this sounds about right. This is some sort of mishap.
Yeah, if I had to guess, they were trying to cast either some form of spell, don't know what, maybe fireball, who knows, and everything went to fucking hell, and they somehow got a meteor to come down and kill them.
how many bodies are there? There's 2. So
There's 4.
there's 4. So not just one. So
It could have been an adventuring party, which is sad. That or a group of wizards were trying to do like a group casting or something, and then that went to hell.
That's how I want
This is kind of out of the way place on the road.
So yeah, I can totally believe it was a bunch of wizards doing some bullshit, and it just went to fucking hell for them.
well, I don't know. I don't know about that. Again, I think it's mishap.
I mean, like I said, them trying to do something and it went to hell. That still includes mishaps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just.
I mean, you just write it down and we'll add it to our report for later.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. No, yeah, I don't know if we should report this. So,
Why?
because the more mishaps, the more restrictions that might be imposed on people who can't cast spells, aka I look at Orin and Altisha and stuff, and so they might get more restrictions. So, but that's up to you.
My magic is perfectly safe and has no chance of rebound, unlike these amateurs.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Harsh, but accurate.
I'm just thinking, in the future, though, the more we see of this, which I'm thinking will happen more and more restrictions some people will have.
Okay. So
I'm worried about our group and consequences of that.
Consequences of what?
Look, magic has been.
The military's already locked down a lot of the spell casting because of feedback and all that other stuff. And I'm saying if we report more feedback, and especially something of this nature,
Magic has been experiencing conflicts for years, generations. We know its effects. The military already condones its use privately. It will continue to do so privately, as long as we take necessary precautions.
Okay. Write it down. Let's go then.
I did.
Yep.
It's in my captain's log.
Mm-hmm.
Stardate 429.
All right.
The Tholians are on the attack again.
So
They've captured a small
Always the
outpost.
Tholians.
all right. So in order for me to copy these spells in my spell book will cost me a total of 60 gold.
And take time that we don't have right now.
And yeah, it'll take 4 hours.
And requires some checks and expend the scrolls, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll expend the scrolls, but we can do that. Yeah, we do that, and I have to go and actually buy the supplies. So this is gonna be a process.
Also, before you do transfer any of those into your spellbook, are you going to use any of those spells?
If I use the scroll is destroyed.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But the point is,
destroys the scroll.
Yeah, if you're actually never going to use, like, when will you ever use blend? So what's the kind of point to?
I mean, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but Orin is not very stealthy.
Yeah, so
It doesn't hurt to add more spells to my spell book. Just increases.
you're a spellcaster. You can't do anything from stealth. The moment you utter the word of a spell or you pull out that gun of yours, you're not stealthy. Blend isn't a spell that leans into what your character does. And you're spending resources, pages in your spell book, and then I have to explain to our superiors why I let you destroy a scroll for a spell you're never going to use.
You don't know if I'm never going to use it.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Are you ever going to use these spells?
I don't know what the future holds.
Why not?
Yeah.
Well, you're a wizard. You should.
You're being very
practical.
Pedantic?
I mean,
It sounds as if I'm in charge and I have to report to people. Do you ever think that might be a little bit of pressure, Orin? Do you ever think that being in middle management might be the worst place you could be in your life? Because I'm responsible for all of you and don't get any reward? Yeah, that's what I thought.
You get a reward.
That's right, Cyrus. Your smiling face every night. Thanks, Bay.
Right.
Hey! Y'all want to be a reward?
I do what I can. So I do what I can.
Anyways, I've taken notice of this event. The corpses are already,
Yeah, we should bury them.
cremated.
I'm gonna take some time to say a prayer at least, if anything. So for these poor souls.
Do we put a piece of the meteor on top of them? Peppy.
Too late.
I mean, is there really anything left of these guys, or yes, no?
There are parts left.
Yeah, say a prayer. Let's go.
Say a little prayer for you.
All right.
May Phrasma give you her loving embrace.
I'm going to make the road map the active one, so prepare to map hop.
So these were travelers of the road, and unfortunately accidents happened apparently because they failed to comply, and yeah, send them on their merry way. But
Compliance is mandatory.
Okay.
Need a
we're
yacht.
walking on the road. We're walking on the road.
Welcome back to the road map.
We're on the road map.
Summoning Yav.
Yay! Summon y'all.
The most chaotic summon spell from Final Fantasy.
Summon y'all. Y'all is Idolan.
Yab is a 10th level summon spell, and it is very chaotic.
Okay, you have to breed one of every chocobo type, beat both the ruby weapons, and finish that stupid finding click quest in the middle of the trees over the woods in order to get everybody's ultimate weapons. And once that's done, you can finally unlock the cave to begin the challenge to unlock Yav.
Okay.
Some of the shit in Final Fantasy VII is just so fucking obscure.
That's not so bad. I'll do you one better. Final Fantasy X, you have to do the secret puzzle in every single Temple of the Faith so that you can unlock a secret summon that lets you beat any combat if you just have enough money.
Yep.
You can just pour infinite money into him and he will do infinite damage.
Oh yes, I remember that summon because I did the annoying shit to get him.
He's in 14 and he works in the casino.
Of course he does.
There you go.
Yeah,
Anyway, so what are we doing on the road?
We're on the road again.
we're setting all the characters up to battle automatically so that we can go take a nap and come back and have them be like max level.
Sweet.
Oh, that sounds dope.
I did that in Dragon Quest VIII.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting and tense.
There was also
Yeah.
an alchemical pot in Dragon Quest VIII that was used based on steps. So I would go to the docks in the corners where I could step infinitely if I just put an elastic band on the controller.
God, I love the days of the elastic band. Of just
Yep.
using it to cheese shit.
I just made steps. Or in the Sonic game where you had the garden,
Chow Garden! Yeah,
the
let's go!
cow garden.
The best feature ever in a Sonic game, and they haven't put it back in since, and I'm pissed about it.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
You know, I did the elastic band. The last time I did the elastic band trip, I was playing Magic, Dragon Age, or Inquisition, and I was trying to kill a dragon, and I found out that if you stand just right outside the dragon's AOE range, you can basically kill it with with the basic magic attack from a wizard, a mage.
Okay. Well,
Name.
now the
Okay.
characters on here.
Hello,
Alright.
Random
we're walking
children
on the
and-
road. We see
Yeah.
people on the road.
Let's see, random children.
You continue your patrol for a few hours, and ahead of you, you see a group of 5 children. Dirty,
Oh, dear.
dusty, little bits of leaves in their hair kind of kids walking down the road, doing their thing.
Cyrus, you take point.
It's a little bit unusual to see lone children out on a road
Oh.
like this. That's for sure.
Couple things, quick tidbits. Cyrus is on point because he's the most kid-friendly. No offense, Yob, you're adorable.
Okay,
But
y'all will
I-
accept this.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily true, but
well, Bernard isn't allowed around kids anymore, so.
Yeah, so I'm next up there. So.
Oh! I will also go. I will remove my mask to not appear threatening, as I do around the children of my cult and my kid.
And also be
You have a
prepared.
face?
Be prepared if they pull weapons and/or turn into monsters. We might have to kill children. That's just the reality of this world.
I mean, if they're monsters, they're just disguised as children.
So, anyways, but yeah, Cyrus, you're in charge.
Hello, what are you doing on this fine road and this fine day?
They look at you, and and a couple of them are kind of timid, but one of the boys just like steps up real brashly. Of course, it's the smallest one.
I like him. I will adopt you.
He steps forward. He has this like almost authoritarian look in his eyes as he stares up at you, and goes, "We're going to see the soldiers."
Well, you've come to the right place. We're soldiers ourselves.
Yeah, my name is Cyrus, and what can I help you with?
He looks nonplussed for a moment. And goes, "No, the fighting soldiers.
Yeah, we're fighting soldiers.
You're not
Wow.
fighting. You're standing there
Why do you want to see fighting soldiers?
because it's fighting."
Kid, are you an orphan?
No, are you?
Yes, actually.
Where's your parents at?
Home?
Go back to
Home
them.
at?
You don't tell me what to do.
I'm
I'm
older
not
than
telling
you.
you
I'm an
what to
adult.
do. I'm asking you, just questions.
Yes.
Y'all are talking over each other.
Sorry.
Man, shut up.
What was your question? I couldn't hear.
I said I wasn't telling him what to do. I was just asking questions. It was like, where are you from? Where's your home?
He kind of nods back behind him. Home's that way.
I'll go back to it.
Very far, or
Birdman, shut up or I'll bite you.
Not that far. I mean, keep going and you'll see it.
like how far? Like a couple hours, days, weeks?
Not that far.
I have a question.
One of the other kids pipes up. It's like 2 hours.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, you shh.
I have a question here. Is
Go
there
on.
an actual battle taking place right now that we're not aware of?
Well, maybe. I kind of hope so.
You really don't.
Oh, come on.
I lunge for Vance's ankles.
Stop it! We are trying to dissuade these kids from getting their asses killed.
Hey,
I look at Vance and motion that he can take the lead if he wishes to. So go ahead, take
I
it.
have a kid. My character has a kid, so
You want to be pushy? Go for it.
listen, kids. We're soldiers. As far as we know there's no battle, but you don't want to go near a battle. Just go back home.
No, we definitely want to go near a battle.
Why?
That's the whole reason we're out here. I'm not going to walk 2 hours and then not go see something.
I mean, I can throw a bomb at something if you want to see something explode.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay. Will you go back home if I blow up a rock or something?
Kids turn and look at one another for a moment. No.
Where would it make you to go home?
A battle.
How about I give each of you 10 a gold piece each and you leave and go home?
You almost said 10 each, didn't you?
Yeah. How about I give each of you a gold piece and you leave and go home?
He turns and looks at him and says, "Hold on. The kids all turn and huddle, and you hear them whispering with one another. It's a lot of gold. I want to see the fighting. Come on, I want to see people get killed. But so much. There's all the kids. You want to. Mom and Dad be so. You don't want it. And this goes on for like 3 minutes with the kids getting progressively louder. And finally, they come to a conclusion. And the small kid in the lead turns around, steps forward, and says, 2 gold each.
Fine.
He holds out his hand.
All right. 2 times 4 is 8 gold.
There's 5 of them.
5. 2 times 5. So plus another 2. So 10 gold pieces. 1403 minus 10 is 1393. All right, here you go, kids. Now go back to your homes. And
He carefully splits the gold between each of them, making sure they've got the same amount. Pockets the last 2 for himself. He goes, okay, but the other guys are going to be mad. He turns and starts, the kids start walking back the way they were coming from.
we should probably follow them to make sure they actually go home.
Well, they are now headed in the direction you're headed in, so you'll have to slow way down or go past them.
Is anybody else concerned that they said the other guys are going to be mad?
That's Vance's problem. So
That's true. That is Vance's point.
Listen, if you're with me, it becomes your problem automatically.
nope, you took the lead. You chose to give them gold. So
At the end of the day, they're kids. I don't care. If it's bandits making kids run their errands, I don't give a fuck. We'll kill the bandits and give the kids to an orphanage.
Vance, what the hell was that?
You know they talked about having parents, right?
Yes, I know, but they could be lying. I don't care. I don't want to deal with
Then
kids.
why did you interrupt Van? Why did you interrupt Cyrus then?
Because they weren't because they wanted to go to a battle. I don't want kids going to a battle.
Didn't give Cyrus a chance.
it's okay. Like I said, when we meet, there'll be some more problems, and Vance can take the lead on that one too. So
I'll go fuck yourself.
Furthermore, Vance, what I would have done if that situation had continued and they had insisted on seeing a battle would have been to stage a small mock battle between us to save the children.
Yep.
It would have been a simple solution that would have hurt nobody and sent them merrily home. However, you chose to go around my appointing Cyrus to take the lead on it and handle things your own way. So, we'll see how that plays out, but yeah, good for you. Let's go.
Never.
So, are you going to stay behind the children at a much reduced pace on your patrol, or continue forward?
It's up to our boss.
I say we progress forward, and if we come across a house that seems like it's one of theirs, we'll stop and see what's up. But
Well, it's
We're
2
not gonna-
hours. That's what one of the children say, so we can move
Yeah.
for 2 hours and then.
we're not gonna stalk behind a group of children.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd look weird.
Well, I guess I'd want to see what their pace is because 2 hours for them is too different than our 2 hours, and then trying to figure out what house would there be because
Yeah,
their
2 hours for a kid would probably be like an hour, maybe 30 minutes for us.
Yeah. So I'll try to do that math or have someone who has the smarts to figure that one out. My character does not, so.
I think that would be a survival check to see what would be the pace of a kid versus ours.
Well, you begin heading in the direction the kids were traveling in. And it takes about half an hour before you see any houses. There's only one, and it's a house attached to a large farmstead.
Yep, there you go. Gotta be this one.
I'll
Probably.
check in and we'll ask about the kids. And so Aldisha will go up and take her menacing helmet off and knock on the door.
And Vance will take his mask off because, better to not look like a Birdman.
After a moment, a man opens the door. As soon as he sees your uniforms, he goes, "I don't have any food left. Go!"
Not here for your food, sir. Just to check in on the status of some children we came across on the road.
Yeah, no. How far did they get?
About a half hour from here. 2 hours by their measure. One of my soldiers saw fit to bribe them to return home. Foolish or not, the kids will be returning with some gold in their pocket, if they tell you about it.
Not likely. So you're not here for the food then, huh?
No?
We're just here to check in and make sure that there wasn't anything amiss or any reason the kids would think there was a battle back the way we came. Obviously, we haven't been informed of any battle, but they were looking for soldiers fighting, so wanted to make sure there was no news we hadn't heard.
That's what the other guy said.
Other guy?
The other soldiers, the ones you were here earlier, ones that took all our damn food.
That's concerning.
Indeed.
About how long has it been since they passed through?
About 2 hours.
That's exceedingly troubling. They were... Oh, Jesus, I forgot the name of the country we're in.
They were wearing uniforms like yours, but they had this armband. Brown.
I was pretty well versed in our military handbook. Do I know what that would indicate?
You don't know for sure, but you can suspect quite strongly.
Are they deserters?
Well, let's just say there's another military unit which also wears the same uniform.
The Traitor King.
The general and his forces.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, those aren't ours.
Well, they're not mine.
Listen, we're very sorry. The country is undergoing duress at this time. If you could make a note, and she'll pass him a paper and her ledger, or a pen and her ledger. If you could make a note of what was taken from you, we can try and see to it that some reparations are made after the civil unrest is resolved. I can't promise anything, but at very least there's a report. There's hope that one day you might see some gold out of it.
Yeah, hold my breath for that.
We'll try to get you reimbursed somehow, man. Well, I mean, they are traders, and we're working for the legitimate king. We could always just go see if they still have some of his food and give it back to him.
That sounds kind of familiar.
We are not currently endorsed to make an assault on an enemy force. If anything, our current duties would be to locate them.
Well, he didn't say
the area.
How many there were.
Well, either way, we should locate them and scout out the situation before we go making decisions like that. And we shouldn't be informing, pardon me, sir, we shouldn't be informing local farmers of our military operational plans.
Right. Well, which way did they go?
The hell, I'm pretty sure.
Can you point to a cardinal direction?
Well, if you didn't see him coming down the road, probably the other way.
Okay, that at least tells us something.
Altisha is making furious notes in her book.
Anything else you can tell us? What did they take? So
He peers at the book curiously. Never did understand the whole marking thing.
Anyway,
Seems like an awful waste of time to me.
can you tell us exactly what produce or any items they took exactly, so we know what to look for if we come across them?
They near come and cleaned us out. Took all our stores, all the we put down, most of our animals. Just
Sorry.
done cleared us out.
Did they assemble a caravan?
Caravan?
Yeah,
You know-
did they pack all of your stuff into wagons and like march with it?
Wagons would be an awfully ambitious idea how much we make around here.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's probably not a
well.
big force then. How many of them were there?
I saw 4, but I was, shall we say, held up in another room.
I'm very sorry for your losses. It is unfortunate that at this time I don't have the means to properly make amends for the losses you've incurred, but know that I will further follow up on these actions of rogue elements within our country and seek to restore it to its former glory. Have a good day, sir. We will be on our way now.
And tell those kids to stay out of trouble, please.
Hey, before you go, are you sure you're not the rogue element?
No one can really be sure. But
No.
we're going to be the ones who do our best, and we're not the ones robbing farmers, sir.
Yeah.
Not today, at least, I guess.
Well, we wouldn't rob a farmer anyway. I like farmers. I used to be a farmer.
Condolences.
Hey, well, joining a cult has its options.
I put so much effort into sounding official. Thank you. Thank you.
And I put so much effort into not sounding official. Anyway, can you at least point us in on a compass which direction they went?
It's down the fuck.
I want to be exactly sure.
Altisha backhands Vance.
Hey, don't backhand me.
Seriously, stop this, bro. You're overcomplicating things.
All right.
Okay, so the road has 2 directions that you're on. There's only one direction they could go that you
All right.
weren't walking down.
Okay, let's move.
All right. So, sorry, I was on the phone with a coworker for the last couple minutes. What did I miss?
Actual importance.
There's another force of the Trader General's forces around here that are for back. Like,
Well,
they were
I was
robbing-
I was here for that part where they were, going through and taking. What's the term for that?
So, but they're not our soldiers.
Right.
Right.
They're, and it's conscripting goods in this case, I believe, because they do believe they have sovereign right. But
They think so. Yeah, I was here for that, and yeah, we should definitely report that back because having enemy forces operating so near to ours is definitely a thing of concern. So
what I was saying is, they took everything, like carts animals. They are going to be very easy to follow, and we can mark where their camp location is, and then hurry back with proper reinforcements to deal with it.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good plan.
Everyone cool with that?
Now,
Yeah.
I am
Stealth
okay for it.
Okay.
Now I imagine they probably didn't leave these people with enough to even survive on, did they?
Probably not.
They don't have enough food for winter, that's for damn sure, but there's not much we can do about it with our trail rations on hand.
Other
I
than
should
giving them
note-
some money so they could buy stuff.
From who?
Valid
You know
point.
what money is in a time of war?
Useless.
Yeah, it's a paperweight. Some people will hold it to value, but versus food, when all you can talk to are neighboring farmers who are all being stripped bare by a military force, your money doesn't buy you anything.
Worst of all, can't buy me love.
Fuck off.
So anyways, I say we follow the road, watching for signs of passing soldiers, animals, and carts, so we can get an idea of where they went.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Also making a mark of this farm on our map to the best of our abilities as a place that was pillaged.
Right. And if they're pillaging this farm, they're probably pillaging any of the outlying farms nearby. Before we leave, I asked him, does he have any neighbors nearby? Like, what's the closest other farmstead near him?
He gives you a list of some of his neighbors. They're not real thick in the area here, since they're kind of in between cities. You have to take a long trip. Folks out here mostly like to do their stuff and be left alone.
Oh, it's better. Good idea to know where to go, where potential spots they might raid next is.
But it is encouraging that they're only conscripting goods and not raising farms.
Right. Or, you know, conscripting people.
So, well, you don't want to conscript farmers usually because you want food for your army still.
No.
Where if they were raising farms, they would be taking conscripts as well. Because they'd be trying to strangle out the food source of the enemy. But anyways.
And they make good fodder.
Anyhoozles, so we continue down the road looking for signs of other soldiers, of livestock being herded, and of carts and the like, so we don't get caught unaware. If at any point they pulled off the road, circled back, and tried to ambush us, which would be awful. If everyone could, Orin, if you could just step into square with Cyrus, Renard, and myself.
Okay.
And Yav, if you want to move one square to the left and take up rear guard. Also, Yav, keep in mind, you now have 10-foot reach with your bite because you're a monstrosity.
Yeah! Yav knows. Yav is so proud of it.
Best of all, Yav can be standing right in front of you and looking over your shoulder.
Yeah. So we continue on.
Do we have a marching song?
The Yav song, obviously.
Y'all will start! Y'all will start!
I mean, if we're trying to attract people here, do we want to be singing?
No, but I'm just asking.
Oh, okay.
That's our song.
The brave Sir Robin.
Yep.
Is it the bracer of Yav instead, though?
And torch.
Hold on.
Alright, while we're awaiting DM, I'm gonna grab another drink. BRB.
Alright.
There you go. That's a proper marching song.
That's an excellent marching song.
I see.
Did I tell you guys that the last of my computer parts came in?
It's growing.
Yeah, I finally got my 2 sticks of RAM.
Yay.
Probably all I need nowadays, because my 4 sticks in my current setup for my computer is 16 gigabytes, and those 2 sticks alone are the exact same amount.
Yeah, it's nice. More power.
It's amazing what technology can do in 12 and 11 years.
When are you gonna do this anyway?
Friday. I'm not particularly well versed in stuff like that. Also, I don't have anything to ground myself to put in the motherboard.
I mean, honestly, just like anything metal, like the case.
Yeah, in case
Well,
you need that.
my uncle is much better at this stuff, and he doesn't have his time off until the 21st. So we're probably either gonna go out there on the Friday or on Saturday to go visit him so he can do this.
Well, I just was asking because Foundry's on your computer on the one, so they'll want to make sure if you're switching hard drives out and stuff.
Oh no, I'm not switching hard drives, just motherboards.
Oh, okay. I thought you were switching hard drive too, but maybe wrong.
Anyway.
All right. So is everybody back?
Let's go.
So y'all can give me a round of perception checks as you search for things to see.
Okay.
Wow, Orin, you're having a bad day today, aren't you?
Apparently, not being very observant at all.
He's distracted by those scrolls.
I'm probably distracted because I'm still fatigued.
Yeah.
And a headache.
Needs more dwarven coffee.
I'm worried that you're worried, so that's why I'm distracted too. So.
Sorry, I'm scrolling through my notes here. So I have a thing that I absolutely didn't lose anywhere.
Just be glad you can lose a month's worth of notes, Magic.
Oh god, I'm still mad about all my stuff from the High Magic campaign.
Oh.
I will say this, one of these days, I really, 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 really want us to run a Call of Cthulhu campaign.
Yeah, I mean, I've got all my stuff. I've got all my stuff backed up in the 4 different locations. My primary
much?
my primary computer, Google Drive, an external hard drive, and my laptop. Measuring things. Ominous.
No problem.
Believe it or not, and I totally accept if you don't believe it, but I have about 30 pages of notes for a campaign put together right now, too.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Maybe after one of us finishes our next campaign, maybe you should run.
Just see what I have written for my game.
I would love to.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
Where's that character creation sheet? Okay. All right. So, Vance and Altisha. As you're walking along, both of you just barely spot the faintest of movement in the trees to your south.
I point this out to the rest of the group.
All right.
Really waiting for Magic Dealer to do the Zabza trick and have it be a white rabbit.
But those are always so dangerous.
As Zygarde points out that there's somebody or something in the trees, a person stands up.
Stand up!
And he holds his arms up as he stands up from the trees and the grass. And takes a couple steps forward towards you, still with his hands raised. All right, you spot me. He has a brown armband.
Hail, soldier. I see we are a bit opposed, are we not?
Well, we don't have to be.
Listen. A king's a king. But you know the right way of doing things. You know the way of our country. You know you're on the wrong side. You're more than welcome to come back to camp with us, and I'm sure you'll be handsomely rewarded for the information you have on your misguided comrades. We'll be sure to see as many of them back into the proper light of our king as can be done as nicely as possible.
Now, you see, the king didn't care about the people who live here. He squandered our lives. The general only did what he had to do to save the people in the kingdom.
Kings think on grander scale than people. Sometimes the necessities of running a nation preclude the necessity of having a comfortable peasantry. It is an unfortunate fact that the burden of rulership should fall in such a way that not everyone should be given a happy life, and for that a king must stand and bear, for the weight of a nation stands upon his brow. A general should not usurp his place in such a way.
So most of that didn't make any sense to me. But I can tell you that this king, as everybody knows, is a drunk, a violent man, and somebody with no respect for anybody except himself. The general has respect for the people. He takes care of their lives. He makes sure they're well equipped, well fed, and he can do the same thing for the country. He's protected our borders in combat plenty of times. He can do so from the throne.
Well fed by stripping bare its farmland. Not even enough food to make it through the season. Well
What
fed
are you talking about?
Said the farmers we spoke to said you had stripped them to the bone.
Nah, we took 90%. That's customary. And they got paid.
My friend, gold is worth shit right now.
That's standard policy. That's enough to see him through the winter.
If I could pinch the bridge of my nose, I would be. But
through the winter with none of his field animals to raise another crop. With none of
We
his
didn't
butchery
take them all. Again, we kept... You know what the script is for that. No, you should.
Listen, our forces are supplied in such a way that we don't need to be stripping the peasantry. We have proper supply lines because we are the righteous force.
Now you got proper supply lines because the general made a point of securing the armories that would keep people safe, and not the bread baskets to make sure people would be fat and slow. Eat well, because you know what? The hungry force is going to be the leaner force. There's plenty of room over here.
That's not how force allocation works, my friend. Usually a hungry force is the worser force.
That's not true. Hadn't you ever had a big-ass meal and woke up the next morning? You feel terrible.
No, but
That's what y'all are doing every night.
No, but I've also woken up extremely hungry and been unable to do my job.
Hungry and starving.
No, but again, I think you are vastly overestimating the abilities of your leader, my friend. You are very overestimating his abilities.
All right, well, let me ask you something.
Oh God.
When the king and the general came into conflict, which one won?
Wasn't it a stalemate?
Nope. It was the general.
He did kind of murder that guy. That is true.
I mean, one is a fighter and one is a statesman. That doesn't really say much of anything.
I don't think either one of those really applies to the king.
No, but whatever.
Which is the problem.
He was an effective ruler, even if you didn't see him as such.
And again,
He had poor
being a
public
good
image.
sorry. And again, my friend, being a good general does not make you a good politician or ruler.
No, but it doesn't make you a bad one, and that's what we had.
Listen, if all that matters to you is a strengthful warrior and the ability to ensue a military force, then you should really be following me. I've lost 0 times. I have never known defeat.
That is true. Y'all can attest to that. Tisha Buddy is really cool.
I will also give a testament to that. She is a okay leader.
Well, the way I see it,
Oh, that's very confident.
most people only lose once.
I mean, not really.
Okay, what happens if your general guy does too?
Are you gonna stop following him if he loses?
I mean, he's won plenty of campaigns already.
Yeah, but you said he just has to lose once, right?
Yeah.
No, that's not what I said.
Yes, it is.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is.
No, but what if he does lose and that is it?
I said a
Lose.
person tends
you
to only
implying-
lose once.
Are you implying that he's
You
not
know,
a person? That's kind of
Because
cool.
they get killed.
Yeah. Are you implying that he can't get killed?
Also,
If he is dead, then we're gonna have to find a new king, but it sure hell ain't gonna be the old one.
Anyways,
Well, yeah, because he's dead.
Yeah, see what I mean?
hold the forces.
I'm
Hold
just confused what you're trying to do.
down.
Aww. But
Okay.
Vance can say whatever he wants.
So, no, you're all gonna be quiet now. Obviously, we're at an impasse based on moral beliefs and what side we're on, whatever. How about we call it a day? We don't kill anyone. We take out a map. You draw where your line is. I draw where our line is. We argue a little. We both go back to our commanding officers and see what they say.
How about you get on down the road?
Unless you've got a much larger force than I think you do, I don't know that you're here in the position to be telling me that.
Well, I guess you don't know what you don't know.
As far as I know, there's 4 of you, and I killed 4 men yesterday.
Mm.
He does not look impressed.
we also killed some rock creatures.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure he's very impressed. So, you want us to move down the road, footloose and fancy free? Because I'm afraid we can only do one.
What?
What he's
Right.
saying is, we can't much move down the road with you at our backs. You're just as likely to come up behind us and flank us, or to put us in a proper hammer and anvil ambush. At this point, if you're not willing to negotiate terms and leave on our own way, I'm afraid I can't let you leave.
Right, we will have no choice but to prosecute other measures.
He chuckles a little. I don't think I'm too worried about you letting me do anything.
Why not?
What you don't know, you don't know.
I don't like this guy. He pisses me the fuck off.
I mean, you going your way, me going mine seems pretty fair.
Would you be willing to mark lines on our maps so we don't cross paths again?
I
one
mean, you implied you would be, and I know I don't trust you. So yeah, I could mark something on your map.
I see your point. Well, go your way then. We'll go ours.
This was anticlimactic.
Just know, if you flank us, any one of my men is worth 4 to 5 of yours. I'd take those odds any day.
I'm not concerned.
He seems like
Altisha will start to walk down the path.
He seems like a very big dullard.
Are we able to leave without incident?
You can continue down the path if you would like.
Yeah.
In formation, we will do so.
Sounds good. Formation.
Formation station, what's your... Yeah, just...
I'm surprised you did not attack. Or change sides.
Was that in your notes? Party either will attack or change sides. You have done neither.
I mean, options are options, am I right?
Options are options.
I know somebody here wanted to attack.
You know, he did make a pretty persuasive argument, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Did he?
Yeah.
No,
Not really.
Not the slightest, bro.
Although I will say this much: just because he's a good war leader doesn't mean he's a good politician.
That's what I said.
Yeah. So.
Also, like, just throwing this out there, but being an effective leader almost certainly means making people unhappy.
Hey, you can't please everyone.
Like,
True.
even, like, I run a restaurant, and I make plenty of people unhappy. Just
What are you talking about? Everybody's happy all the time. You know, you make everybody happy. That's the key ingredient in running a restaurant.
Yeah, totally. I'm not responsible for anyone's tears. But
That's right,
besides the
yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Listen,
So y'all don't get the singing in the birds whenever you gotta, like, scrub the toilet out or something?
listen. Guys, when tears don't fall. They just crash around us. And our conscience may call the guilty to come home.
What?
It's a song lyric. I know what it is. I don't remember what the song is though.
I kind of gathered it was a song lyric. I don't recognize it. So.
It's Tears Don't Fall by Bullet for my Valentine.
Yeah. There we
Oh, deep cut. Anyways, we proceed along the road.
Moving right along.
How long till we get flanked and or put into a hammer and anvil situation?
Yeah.
You are not
Hey,
good at
hey.
an hour.
So in this situation, are we the hammer or are we the anvil?
We would be the hot piece of steel in between.
Something Orin's very familiar with.
The hot piece of steel, eh?
Yeah, that's Orin's nickname around the ladies. I mean,
Renard, I slapped Renard on the back of the head. Get your head out of the gutter.
around
No,
the
you're-
Smiths.
Vance, you're actually mistaken on this. He hears a hot piece of steel and he thinks somewhere he can rob.
Oh,
So, y'all heading down the road. You walk for 2 minutes, no surprise ambush. 5 minutes, no surprise ambush. 10 minutes, no surprise ambush. You're beginning to wonder if the surprise ambush is going to happen.
Oh, I'm waiting for it.
20 minutes, 30 minutes. Continue on your patrol.
We still haven't seen anything like leading off road or anything to indicate a camp anywhere.
No, not that you would really expect to. Like,
I mean, those people were right there, so that's who robbed them.
Well, maybe, but they were supposed to have like livestock and food.
Well, that was just a scout. I'm assuming their camp was probably further up, and so he was just talking BS to make us leave. So. Oh well. You were doing such a good job. I didn't want to interrupt or anything, so I was just like, go on and.
All right. Let me get back to the right section here. Okay. So you continue on traveling, doing your patrol. An hour passes. 2 hours. You're fairly sure you've cleared whatever force that was. Continuing on.
Continuing on.
All right.
Continually on. Continue.
The rest of your patrol for the day concludes without further excitement.
Okay.
Night falls, and it's been a very long day.
Okay.
Same guard rotation as last night.
Yep. So,
And
yep.
Altisha will spend the evening around camp tinkering, and I guess Vance will pour alchemical stuff over the food again.
I'll try cooking better again this time.
Yes. Your trail rations taste less like alchemist's fire and more like spicy nachos.
See?
Spicy nachos.
Honestly, the spicy nacho assorted jerky doesn't sound terrible.
It really doesn't. I'd love to eat that.
Honestly, I think we might be onto something. Give me like 2-3 days to like test out some recipes, and I'll be making spicy nacho dried pork product in no time.
That sounds
Send me some if you get a chance. I'd love to try that.
Yeah, you can email it to us.
Yeah, or at least the recipe. I will send you my address, and you will mail it to me.
All right, yeah. The restaurant next door has a bunch of smokers too, so I could like really go for it.
Oh wow. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, we're good.
Unfortunate.
We're good buddies with Kyle. He's a good dude. He owns a place called Salt Lick, the smokehouse. Me and Kyle play Magic the Gathering every week.
Sounds like a stand-up guy.
Good dude. Good
So-
dude.
New restaurant conglomeration. You both of you guys.
It's,
Plus the nachos.
He's not very good at magic, but he sure is a nice guy.
Anyway,
I'll be right back, guys.
okay.
Brutal.
I'm just saying, I've
Tried burning the house down, or bleaching the sink.
No, I mean, I don't. I'm out of bleach right now. I have more on order because I use it in my toilet. I do have a couple of fruit fly traps right now. So
Please, just do it the commercial way. Pour 150 proof moonshine down the drain, set it on fire. P.S. Don't do this. That does contain a pipe bomb. That does constitute a pipe bomb.
no, I mean, no, not in this apartment. I'm not gonna be doing that. Anything like that. No.
Come on. The old pipes and stuff. It'll have no problems. You know.
To
Anyway,
be fair, burning your house down does usually solve a fruit fry problem.
it solves a lot of problems. It also creates more new problems. Anyway.
Some people see problems. Other people see opportunities. So
You gotta blame it on the fruit flies, little arsonists.
yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
In this case, it's a Canadian told you to blow up your house with moonshine,
Yeah. It's opportunity.
which is obviously a valid excuse for insurance. Canadians are known wild factors.
Yep.
They do know a lot about things burning.
Our whole fucking country's on fire. What do you want from me, bro?
Me during us during the summer. Let's be real.
we had everybody that's here just this week from that.
There has been an air quality advisory in my city for 6 fucking months.
Wow, you got real Canadian.
Well,
Listen,
Anyway.
I can't help being Canadian. I normally dial it back for y'all, but
No, go for the full.
I mean, the cold, the fires, you stay indoor all the time anyway up there in Canada, so yeah, it's no big deal, right?
actually we're an incredibly outdoorsy culture.
Oh, it's just all indoors,
Yeah, that's a wonderful belief that just isn't true.
Yeah.
Some of our favorite pastimes of the country include hockey, which we play outdoors, fishing, which is outdoors, hunting, which is outdoors, lumberjack competitions, which are outdoors,
Those are great.
log rolling competitions, which are outdoors, and also part of the lumberjack rolling competitions. I don't know
Although all those don't certainly need to be outdoors.
but they are.
They are, yeah.
And like, I don't know. We still have like horse track racing and stuff. That's kind of fun. I don't think you guys do that anymore.
Scott,
Yeah,
it
we
could
do.
be really hard to make horse tracks race.
There's still derbies.
Oh, you guys still do derbies? I thought sorry, the only province or state I'm really close to is like New York and the one Brett's in. And they outlaw all kinds of shit all the time.
No, actually,
No.
right near where I live, there's a horse racing track.
Oh,
Yep.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Ohio,
Yeah.
derbies.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
for some reason I thought someone told me you guys didn't have animal racing there.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, what?
Yeah. I mean, come
Well, I
on.
think you're probably
The-
thinking of Greyhound races.
I mean, the Kentucky Derby.
You're probably thinking of Greyhound races. That's what we banned.
You know what's crazy that we have in my hometown? We race ducks.
Yeah, that is weird.
You put a numbered band on a duck and you put your duck at the top of a river?
Yeah, the rubber duck race thing?
No, real ducks.
Real ducks? Okay.
Real ducks. And we see whose duck gets to the bottom of the river first. A lot of ducks.
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
make
you
the
have
wall.
some weird ones. I forget there's I don't think it's Canada, it's some other country that has like a cheese racing event too, where they roll a cheese down
That's over in England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, no. There's a lot of people who try and run across our country for some reason. We had one really famous guy who did it with cancer, like way back when. And now everyone just does it.
Anyway, should we get back to this game?
Oh, I guess so.
Have we gotten back to this game all night? I don't think so. We've been off the rails.
Listen, I am here to not defect yet. I need a position of more power before I defect. I mean, what?
Power.
Listen,
So you're trying
my
to become king.
my like 5-man squad is okay. Let me talk to you when I have a legion under my control.
Well, you can't say you'd never had the chance.
Well, all I'm saying is, we gotta fight a big lich, so my army better be ballin'.
That's right.
And so far, I'm gonna take the one that isn't robbing peasants.
Alright.
Okay, yeah, let's go. Let's go.
So
Let's do it.
go.
That's just a conscription order away. It's not really robbing anyhow.
Conscript
It's
your orders
seizing
away.
assets. So seizing.
Yep, military.
It's not robbing, it's seizing. So
They get paid.
All right, magic dealer, I'm conscripting 90% of your keystrokes. 90% of everything you type now goes into the void.
Oh, so you're like one of the projects I work for.
Oh, that's too sad to actually be funny.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. I need a better job.
Yeah, you do. I wish you luck. Yeah, I know you're trying to get one, so.
Yeah, I did the math recently on how much I actually make per hour on one of my projects. It is so bad.
Why would you ever do the math? Why would you do that to yourself?
Because I was working a lot of overtime for it, and I wanted to see how worth it was.
I mean, my offer to move to Canada and learn how to be a pirate and make mega Canadian bucks is always open.
Yeah, well, if I could, I would.
Healthcare is much better for the wife, too.
I think it would be a little challenging to get in these days.
Really? I don't know. All my friends are bringing their wives in.
Anyways, I have a thing loading, but yeah, you set up camp for the night. You make your weird spicy trail rations.
Yeah.
Which are actually pretty good, which is even more awkward. And you do your watches for the night, same as before?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a good plan, let's do it.
Yep.
Alright. The first watch passes peacefully. Nothing happens. The second watch also passes peacefully. And nothing happens. The third watch is apparently cursed.
God damn it.
It's okay, Yav. We are the vanguard of this party. We are the line that will stop the darkness. I meant flame, but whatever.
Close enough.
It's actually good to have it on your guys' watch anyway because armor will be in it.
Yeah, so you both can give me perception checks. The client will probably be a little slow because I'm loading a thing. Still works though.
The dice are not with me on this day.
That's a 15 again.
I do believe it was just for me and
Yeah.
Yav, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're asleep.
Yep.
My bad.
I perceive nothing in my sleep.
You perceive your unconscious mind from your unconscious mind, which is a terrible feedback loop. And weirdly makes you crave soup.
Soup out of brain?
That's how that works. I don't make the rules.
I'm sleeping.
Alright, let me see here.
I don't know why, but that image makes me really uncomfortable. Like, I don't know, like, that actually inspires some kind of deeper terror in me.
You don't know
As
what's
it
under
should.
the water and it's scary as fuck, so. Thalassophobia do be real as fuck.
Yeah, no, I am shocked. Wow.
You're too relaxed to be watching that. Look away. Save yourself.
No, we know what's under the water.
Risky
Yeah.
look of the day.
uh,
Yeah, Yav.
yeah.
Yav was under the water.
So what do me and Yav not perceive, but happens to us anyways?
The terrors of Christmas past.
Well, I mean, if of the 3 Christmas ghosts, that's the one I'd rather deal with. He's only telling me shit I already know.
Let me see. Wow. Both of you, the same score, huh? Brilliant.
No, mine's 15.
Oh,
My
yeah,
thing is fucked up.
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, you both are... Do you guys keep a fire going at night or not during your watch?
Up to you.
I would say we probably don't keep a fire, but I have a small, the iron torch.
So you do have a light going then.
Yeah,
A light shining in the darkness.
yes.
One might even call a beacon.
Well,
A signal
I
to
can't-
all who may see.
I lack dark vision, this is my only choice.
Your weakness is noted.
Have you ever been walking through your house and see the most horrifying thing of all? A little glint of glitter on the floor?
And Orin, when
That's
next time you're
what
talking
you're
about
talking
weakness, remember that time you we spent a whole combat where I killed a dude every single round, and you killed one guy.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm asleep over here.
Speak to me of weakness.
I'm over here doing stuff like me.
I'm dreaming about sharks, apparently.
Yo!
It's Shark Week next week.
I love sharks. Sharks are so cool.
So does my boss. He went on like a 45-minute long rant about sharks while we were drinking one night.
Like a rant against them, or?
No, pro shark.
Yo, I love your boss.
Is your boss single?
He is, and he's very desperate for love.
Is this the guy
Does he-
who, like, never shuts up about his ex or something?
Does he like?
He has shut up about his ex in the last couple months.
Oh.
Never mind then.
He has.
Because I was about to say, does he like inbies?
I don't think he would understand that as a concept. but he's
Oh, he's that kind of homosexual. Got it.
No, he's just... That's my other boss that you're thinking of that's homosexual. JM is my straight cis white male boss who's approaching 40.
Oh, never mind then.
Anyway, what is perceiving us?
We're gonna jump over to the outdoor map for this.
Okay.
Ooh, we're jumping in a whole different
Yeah,
gap. Oh.
In maps.
just because I like this better as a camping spot. You can set your camp up in the middle. Watch out for the pit pillar.
It's not active for me to switch over yet.
I got a pillar.
There we go.
Outdoor. Yeah, there you go.
We're back here in the outdoor one. I thought we were gone.
You thought wrong.
Oh well.
It's too bad I can't place down tiles. Oh, I place down a tent tile.
But yeah, while we're waiting or whatever, yeah, I was just, I know this happened a while back, but that guy that's in the plexiglass cage or whatever, it's totally broke it in half, the great white, so almost killed the guy.
What?
Yeah, he was in this plexiglass cage there, and the shark came up there and tried to bite him and bit the cage, broke the cage, almost bit him, and into as well, the diver that was there.
That is just absolutely terrible.
Yeah, if you watch that video, it's pretty bad, but diver's safe, at the end. But yeah.
My comment for stuff like that is always just gonna be, shark's gonna shark.
Oh yeah, no, it's not.
You're in its personal space, so.
Yeah, well, the guy looks like a seal if you look at him, like the way he's
Yep,
and everything
that'll
else.
do it.
And
They're blind babies that learn by biting, and unfortunately, they have a lot of fucking teeth.
Yep.
Okay, so bubbling up from underneath the ground itself, almost like it's seeping up through the soil,
Oh god, is there another one?
is some kind of metallic liquid.
Huh.
But as you're watching, it continues pulling and takes form.
Should
And
we
it
be
begins to
worried-
move! Sorry.
I'll tell
Are
you
we-
what, should we be worried about that?
Are we fighting a liquid metal Terminator?
It's a T-1000. It's a T-1000.
I'm just making one last adjustment to this.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, no, I was gonna do that, and you beat me to it. Props. Not to be rude to liquid metal terminators, but I feel like I'm a little low level to fight one.
Yeah, I think a T-1000 would murder our asses.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
probably
they're
won't be
pretty
much
tough.
of a fight.
They're pretty tough motherfuckers.
Yeah, I've seen Terminator 2 way too many times. Not as many times as I've seen the Blair Witch Project.
Wait, the
Why would
original or
you
the
watch
remake?
that?
More than once.
All right, go ahead and roll initiative.
I think I told you guys this story, right? Where during October of
Blair
2019... No, I watched the original Blair Witch.
No, but have you personally had an encounter with the Blair Witch?
No.
Oh, well, this is less exciting than I thought it would be.
But yeah, back during October of 2019, for the entire month of October, I just watched nothing but the Blair Witch Project over and over again.
Wow, that sounds like a really weird way to die.
I mean, I will throw myself up there, but I pretty much fell asleep. I don't know.
It was the best October ever.
I mean, it may explain a few things, really.
So,
I'm very good at just watching the same thing over and over again, or listening to the same thing over and over again.
Oh.
Like that same year, my most played song on Spotify was High Hopes by Panic at the Disco, because I just didn't bother to change it for literally 3 months, and it was just on repeat for 3 months.
Oh.
Oh.
Alright, so moving past that, the liquid metal terminator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks an
Yep.
awful lot like a Oozle to me.
Yeah.
And one of them is directly next to me, which is horrible, because that means it's going to try to kill me.
Oh, there's two of them. I only saw the one.
Would they do that? Do you really think they're good? Yeah, they're good. Tisha, you see these things emerge. They have not yet moved.
I'm guessing on account of this map I can't charge.
Yes, and also your campsite.
Gotcha. Uh, 5-foot step? No?
Difficult terrain.
That's okay.
All of this off-road stuff is not like well-kept campsites. Just finding stuff in the middle of the woods. That you can...
Just a plain old move, and if that provokes, I guess.
That does not do anything if it does.
Alright, and I'm going to, now that I've got a good look at it, do a knowledge roll.
Alright, give me Dungeoneering.
The dice are not my friends.
It is unfamiliar.
I will stab it with my stabby thing.
That will hit. It does, however, seem like this strange metallic creature is not as vulnerable to damage as you might have hoped.
Yeah, no, I suspected that as a player. But Altisha Hyrule, she gonna stab.
I'm just saying, there was an opportunity for you to have a combat with lots of charging, and y'all just walked away. Also, you had that last session too.
Yep.
Because I'm trying to make a point of having opportunities, and even if you don't take them for that.
Okay. So you said we cannot charge or anything, and it's all difficult terrain, which is fine. Trying to think of anything else. I don't know. And
you wake up.
yeah, I wake up. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah,
I assume we're prone right now, right? So I should put that on my character. Yeah.
You don't like sleep wrapped up in like a whole body cocoon or anything like that, right?
No, I don't. So
Okay, just double check.
where's the prone thing?
Those full body huggies that tie clothes from the outside. Seems like something the party would use.
I do have my pillow, and a blanket. So
maybe you like to sleep with your arms handcuffed.
Little do you know, after everyone goes to sleep, Yav swaddles them.
No. No. Alright, well then I guess I stand up as the first thing, so that's one movement. Standing up. I take that off. And I assume Vance and stuff is still problems there, so there. Engage the enemy. Alright.
Renard!
Oh, and I use my travel so I can get there. That's good. I know that's less. Right. Use one of those.
Iron Bite.
Yes. May I make a dungeon engineering check on these things? Wait, I gotta wake up, don't I?
Yep.
Yeah, everybody's awake at this point.
People are prone.
People are on the ground because they were sleeping. People who were not on watch, but yes, you were.
Well, luckily I don't need to be standing to use, some of my power or some of my attacks. But anyways, can't make a knowledge engineering check on this thing.
Let's see it. We'll see.
I'll touch ya. Take my bad luck.
Yeah.
Gave you bad luck. So...
You are concerned that might be the result of something you all had for dinner.
Well, this is yes, oh. Well then. Stand up as a move action. Then, yeah, I gotta do there. I'm gonna...
It's all rough terrain.
Go over here as a standard and end my turn.
It will be your turn next.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a knowledge check to see if I can get something out of this.
Oh my god, you might actually...
Yeah, that's a successful roll. You may ask me...
We weren't doing asking.
One question.
We weren't doing asking.
It was a dungeoneering check. Oh, no, you're right. I got you. Most useful information. Criminy. They're, poisonous. They deal poison among their regular damage.
Oh, good to know that I'm already immune to it.
To poison?
Yeah, poison resistance.
Yeah, you're
Resistance
resistant.
isn't an immunity. That's like a +2 on your saves.
Yeah, it's
Whatever.
big difference.
Yeah, it gets better the more you level up, where eventually you will become immune. I know this because I played an alchemist before.
Anyway, is that it?
I mean, Pell, you remember Rithus, don't you?
Oh god.
That is the information your roll resulted in. They, in addition to dealing normal damage, they also poison you.
Okay.
Oh, I will tell you that it is a dexterity poison.
Okay. Well,
Oh.
you know what I'm about.
Oh.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, not really what you want to hear. So, you hit and you deal fire damage to it.
I'm about to regret what I just done, aren't I?
Maybe. We'll see.
That is not accurate.
Yeah, I know.
Filled with regret, I stand at the beck and call of a god who won't regret all that is that I had to contest. And upon this I am laid to rest.
Okay, Cyrus and Vance. Amazing. I need you both to give me fortitude saves as the fire hits this thing. And acrid smoke begins to pour off of it.
Awesome.
Great.
So
Vance
fortitude save?
saves.
Not my luck. So, no.
That is not a save.
Not a save.
Yay, for once my gas mask, Plague Doctor hybrid thing works. I forgot I actually put filters in it this time.
That's the wrong password.
Okay, so, you are going to take this 2 points of acid damage, which is not terrible, and a -2 penalty on attack and weapon damage rolls for the next 3 rounds.
Both of us are just Cyrus.
Cyrus.
Okay.
I'm the one that failed.
Alright. Well, now we know not to hit it with fire attacks.
Eyes and lungs burn.
It's your turn.
Okay.
Alright, well, I wake up, I stand up.
Is this another song?
I pull my shotgun as I stand up. Because I can draw my weapon as a move action as long as my BAB is +1. And I will fire. I got at my targets here. Single shots and point blank shots.
It's not right.
So we started blasting.
Hey, you know what? I'm all for it.
Holy sh-
That's a big circle.
There we go.
That's a big miss.
Oh, yeah, that is a big miss. Okay, well.
Is that a cloud of smoke?
That is not a miss. However, the damage does not seem to penetrate through its liquid metal form.
That's unfortunate. Okay, well.
Ah, liquid.
Oh God, Yav!
What?
This is not the liquid you must go into.
No, I was making a Metal Gear joke.
Oh, okay. Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, like Liquid Ocelot? Liquid Snake? Oh, liquid.
Wait, is this a liquid to surpass Metal Gear?
I don't know, is it? You're the DM. I don't know shit about these things.
I'm honestly surprised that it actually hit the thing.
It's got a +7 performance.
Yeah, that does not. Double check that. See the little eye.
I was gonna say my eyebrow rose sharply at that one.
Yeah. I call it. I'm out.
One of the things I want to look at is see if there's a way to just show the total and not the what was rolled or the bonuses.
Huh?
And so when the GM rolls his attack rolls, you only show the total of the attack roll and the total damage dealt, not the modifiers.
Alright, let's try this again.
Okay.
I think that's gonna miss.
Yeah, it misses.
This thing moves towards Altisha.
Oh, there's no 5-foot steps, so I get an AOO.
Yep.
Oh man, I suck today.
That'll hit.
Really?
It's an ooze.
Yes. And you deal some more damage to it. I'm gonna have to change this one again. I think a 18's gonna miss. I'll bring us to Yav.
Yay! I will take a 5-foot step.
No, it's difficult terrain.
Oh. That's unfortunate. I'll just take I will start 5 feet and then I will attack.
Sounds like a plan. Alright, so you bite, you hit, you do some damage to it, and it tastes like toxic.
Ew.
Should I do anything else?
I moved and I attacked. Oh shit. Yeah, sorry. The intern thing.
Altisha!
The deadly boss mods thing, yeah.
Altisha will drop down her lance and draw out L4, the blade of L4, whatever. Elgor, there we go. That was close. And take a swing.
That will hit.
If it matters, I believe Elgor is a +1 weapon.
It is indeed, but for this it is not.
Okay.
Cyrus, you are in the cloud of smoke.
Yep. So I probably can't see very much, which is awesome.
It doesn't obscure your vision, but it is not pleasant, and you'll have to decide if you want to remain within the cloud or not.
I do not. I do not like those options. So I will. I got myself in the mess, so I will get myself right back out.
All right.
Good luck, guys.
You dance nimbly out. Does that ability prevent you from provoking?
No, it does not. You can take your AoE attack. Yay!
I took it.
And I still go here, still there, so I still have something else I can do.
Number one, I know I am.
Well, that definitely is not going to help with this. Can't take that one. Just gotta make sure on the blessing here. Is it only one time? Oh wait, I moved and used the blessing, which is a swift action for that one. Make sure.
Move in Swiss. You got a standard left.
Yeah, I know. I was making sure I can use another one of those blessings too. I think I can.
Only if it's a standard action.
Yes.
You cannot trade down to extra swift actions.
Correct. But the good blessing is not a. It's a standard for me to wrap my fist in fiery flames. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. And now I'm done. So moved and did that.
Not to like criticize, but didn't the last time you hit it, something hit it with fire, it burst into acrid smoke that fucked y'all up?
Correct, but that's not fire. So read the description of the good blessing. So.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Also, if we get away from it far enough and blow and try to blow it up again, it might still die because I think I did do some damage to it.
Again, I don't know if that will work against that creature, but it's worth a shot. So.
Yeah. I mean, I still have crossbow. I still have my crossbow. It's just that I love bombing shit.
Wasn't talking about what you were doing. I was talking about my blessing. That's all. So.
Anyways, Zappy Zap. Touch attack.
Ooh, nice.
Zappy face.
I think that will just hit.
Yeah,
And deal some damage.
Well, let's see what Renard can do.
Make ready. Your turn comes.
Vance, you are taking a move action. And is that one at the smoking one or the non-smoking?
The smoking one.
All right, that will hit, but doesn't appear to deal any damage.
Good to know.
It is your turn.
Orin.
Okay, well, I will stow my shotgun in my bandolier, and, considering that was completely ineffective, and I am not going to be entering into that thing's radius of smoke. So I'm going to use a move action, and as part of my move action, I already used a move action to put my gun away. So I can't use a move action. I can't use my move action to also draw a weapon.
You can trade your standard action for a move action to get where you're going and draw a weapon, but you won't be able to attack.
Right, yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, your map's +1, so you can move and pull a weapon.
Yeah, so is this difficult terrain?
Yep, all areas difficult terrain.
Alright, so I can only move 10 feet.
It's a natural campsite. Not a good one either. This
Right.
whole area is just
Yeah.
got shook up pretty bad.
Yeah, so I draw my, as I move, I draw out my, my Dwarven War Axe.
You didn't move very far.
Yeah, my movement speed is only 20 feet.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I guess I should have included more laughter. Ha 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 ha!
Puny dwarf, short legs.
This one moves towards delicious Vance.
Why must you pay?
And I assume the smoke goes with him.
It does. It's still pouring off the creature.
Oh, great.
So, Orin, Vance, Renard, and Cyrus.
Fortitude save?
Fortitude saves.
Yeah.
Openly
Alright.
pass, but
Vance, Renard, and Cyrus, you fail.
Fuck.
Orin, you take a deep breath, play it around a little bit, lightly exhale it. You've had worse from your forage.
Yeah.
Or possibly from your dinner. So, here is the acid damage this cloud deals to those of you who failed your saves. And you will take a -2 on attack and weapon damage rolls for 3 rounds.
is that a penalty?
It is a penalty, circumstance penalty.
Okay, so yeah.
That was a double move for it, though. And this one is going to attack Altisha. That's a 21.
That's a 21?
21, yeah.
No, that won't hit me.
That was a double modifier issue, anyways, with whatever. 21 will miss, yes. And it's getting frustrated. That brings us to Yav.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yav, that will bite.
Yay.
It does not appear to have any effect on the creature, though, and as you try to lock down on it in order to grapple it, it just pours through your teeth.
Ew.
I don't like fighting. Have I mentioned I hate fighting oozes at
Does anyone actually like fighting oozes?
any level?
Yes.
Maybe at
Kinda weird.
20th level, where it basically becomes easy.
Tisha's swordplay strikes again, driving the blade of Elgor deep into the liquidy center of this delicious cream-filled ooze. It's like a Cadbury egg without the shell.
That's a distasteful image.
Okay. So my question is, do I have a -2 on this attack and it's more duration for me, or is it a -4 right now since it's technically 2 of
It overlaps, it doesn't stack. So it's just the -2.
Okay. -2 to attack
Take
damage.
3 rounds again.
Yeah, so it's 3 rounds. Okay. So it'd be 4 rounds. Okay. Anyway, it's gonna be post the battle. I'm going to go right here. Swift action to do my travel again. A blessing. And And I'm going to punch him in the face. Punch. Power attack here. Yeah.
That'll hit.
Okay. And the 1 damage is wholly on there. Remember that, so you gotta look at that. I don't know if that's applies or not, so probably not. But hey, worth a shot.
Duly noted.
And I tell Letitia we have problems with the other one. There's an acid cloud behind you. Good luck.
Genius. We set the toxic ooze on fire. Awesome.
Well,
To be fair, it's Vance's fault.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't know it was gonna create a weird smoke cloud that'd fuck our asses.
This is my move speed. Ah, okay. So I'm going to move.
Remember, it's difficult terrain.
Oh, so I can only move 15 feet. Okay, got it. Perfect. I'm going to move to here. And let's see. -2. -2. Let's see what I get on this. Zappy zap.
You hit.
Alright.
Let me see. You were hitting this one. Done and done. Okay.
Okay.
It is Vance's turn. Sticks a move action.
Mother of fuck!
It's your turn.
So you gotta fire your crossbow.
yeah, you can't do that, but you're just doing it. So.
What?
His crossbow, right? And takes a
You can fire it. It takes an action.
move action. Yeah, he moved, and then he takes a move action to reload it. He already fired it last round. Remember, he moved and fired last
Yeah,
round.
you're right. I did fire it last round.
Yep.
Right.
Anyway, so I will move 10 feet to here, and I will attempt to hit this thing with my axe. Oh, good. That was almost a 1.
Do you hit it? That's a resounding yes.
Do you do any damage?
Also a resounding yes. You do a solid chunk.
Good. And that's the first time I've ever used my axe, I think.
Perhaps a
No,
solid
I think you
chop.
tried to use it.
Used it against the undead.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he used it, but
All right, Orin, give me one more fortitude save, please. As
Sure.
The acrid fumes continue to burn. Yeah, you sample it like it's a Chianti. Mildly horrifying. Possibly a smoker problem. And the acrid smoke fades away.
Oh, okay.
But it is going to take a swing at you.
Okay. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that hits me.
Alright. Chops into you real good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, regretting this decision already.
And now I'm going to need a fortitude save.
Okay.
The injury burns as if the metal is toxic. Ooh, yeah.
Well, Cyrus, looks like the cloud cleared
Is-
itself up.
I mean, is it a poison?
Yep.
It is a poison.
So I do have a +2 on that.
Right, well, not enough to save you.
Really? A 19 isn't high enough.
Not for this one. You take 1 point of dexterity damage.
Oh, okay.
This one has 2 within range, and it's going to continue going after Altisha.
Bring it, thou'st vile ooze.
I'll remember the attack bonus modifier this time.
Failure.
So close. But not close enough.
Not
Yeah.
cracking open this can.
I bite. I don't bite. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, you do bite.
Yay!
Wow, Orin, you're having a bad time.
Yeah, you noticed, huh?
Yeah.
And you do some damage to it.
We just got here.
Altisha.
Hey, I'm gonna quibble that.
Really?
No, wait, never mind. Wait. I thought it was like an actual attack, not like a... No, I'm not, by the way.
Right.
Alright, I will not quibble with your decision. Cyrus.
Mm. Gotta put that on that last time. This is -2. Hopefully that's right. And nice. Oof.
Yeah, those are both terrible. And it's terrible they both still hit.
Well,
I mean, for me, it's terrible.
Yeah, I think the bonuses are wrong anyway.
That's some
because-
serious damage disparity.
Yeah. I think I did something wrong with the minuses on there. Oh well. Should be right.
One is applying 4 damage from Holy Strike, one is applying 1 damage from Holy Strike.
Well, it depends on the die roll on there. It's a D6 die
So
for Holy Strike.
that would make sense. One did better than the other one.
Yep.
And then you have half strength on the offhand, so that works.
Yep. Okay. And then -2 for the coffee stuff, or the acid cloud, and +2 from the power attack changes that. So there you go. So I put it in there already, the -2 on there.
Okay.
That's why the minus on the attack was off too, though. It's only a +3, but technically it's more than that. I don't know why I only put a +3 on there. But anyway, still hits, still does damage. It's all good.
Are you in a particular combat style?
Yeah, the pummeling style. So I forgot to say that. Sorry. Pummeling
That's why
style.
I was checking.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's a solid amount of damage. Your fist connects and does perhaps more damage in your 2 strikes than anybody else has yet. Well, Tisha's coming very close. Yeah, you punch
I
it.
have a decision.
Reverberates.
I have a decision to make here. I can keep zapping that one, or I can try and help Orin not die. Man, these decisions are hard.
You could zap Orin so he goes quick.
That's true, I could do that. Like I said, that is part of help.
Just options on the table.
Alright.
Zappy zap.
Alright,
Zappy
going
zap.
to... is it? Yeah, it's right there. Oh, wait, can I... Yeah, okay.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna zap it? Because that's not gonna help you. So.
I'm going to change targets. I am now targeting this one for Zappy Zaps.
Okay.
And still under the -2. -2. And still got that. And... Oh, come on.
I think that'll still hit, won't it?
It'll definitely hit. It's just it's only 2. Yeah.
Oh, the damage, yeah, it is.
Even if he did 6 damage, it's still not enough to kill the ooze or anything. It's not going to change anything.
Well, I tried, Orin. I mean, that's 2 points. That's 2 points less than what it had before. So
Which is still a lot.
It will be your turn next.
Alright. Yeah. I don't know what to do. I guess I'll try shooting it again.
That hits, but fortunately deals no damage.
Damn it.
Do anything else?
Nope.
It is your turn.
Orin.
Alright, well, I guess I'm kind of committed, so let's attack this thing again.
That hits, and you deal some damage.
And, yeah, I can't move.
Alright, give me another fortitude save. Alright, you resist the damage this turn.
Okay, cool.
But it is still going to try to finish you off.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not ideal.
No.
And down goes Orin.
Okay, wait, hold on. I need to collect. What was I dealing damage to then? Alright.
It didn't. Whatever you were selected, it did
Yeah.
not deal damage to it. So
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
no worries there.
Alright, so yeah, I am prone. And I am unconscious.
Oh, fuck!
And delicious. The Hornet?
No, that killed that motherfucker. My browser crashed.
Oh, jeez. Alright. That is gonna be it at Tisha again.
Fight me, bro!
Crash into me. I forgot the modifier again, but that's gonna miss.
Proceed to eat shit and die eventually.
Or that threw it real hard.
There it is. This one's...
I bet I did like 1 damage.
There we go. You do deal some damage.
I don't know why my token was moving a whole bunch.
I can explain it. I
Oh,
was in the middle of adjusting the damage for the creature. When the turn ended, it automatically selected your token.
oh,
While I
sorry.
was typing a number on the keypad, so it shifted you down.
Oh, yeah.
And then I tried to move you back.
I thought I had accidentally hit something and moved.
It was me.
It was you. Anyways, I attack.
But most of all, you protect. That will hit, and that will deal some damage.
Chipping away.
Alright, we'll do the flurry again. I'm not gonna do the attack rolls, but I'm gonna put the damage to -2 on that because it seemed like that worked. So it's just a -2 on the attacks on these rolls. So
Okay.
I guess it is just a +3 then. Alright, well, now I know. Now I know that did work right.
All right, again, you strike this thing just right, and you can see it reverberate. You can see the blow reverberate through the structure of the creature. I don't know why, but you just seem to be hitting it perfect and dealing a lot of damage to it.
Alright, it's good.
Right on.
I think after this game, I'm going to get a nice bunch of scoops of red,
Sorry.
white, and blue sherbet.
I forgot. I'm gonna heal myself real quick too with a swift.
No, that's not allowed. Jeez.
Well, too bad. Yeah.
I guess there's nothing I can do to stop you. But I'm gonna stare real hard at your token.
Right. Last round of being affected by this smoke, right?
That sounds about right.
Okay. Alright, one more zappy zap, and I'm going after the one on the, at the north.
Firing to the north, you hit. And you deal some damage to it.
Oh, I actually did a decent chunk.
Are you holding up there, Orin?
We don't know. We don't know.
Orin's unconscious or perhaps dead body is lying motionless on the ground.
Okay. So my... If I throw this bomb, will Orin still get affected by the smoke, or is he effectively out?
Yes, I would be affected because I'm still
Damn it.
breathing.
Okay, because I got nothing else to help you with. My crossbow does no damage whatsoever.
And just think of this: if you throw another bomb, it's gonna smoke again, and if Orin's down to hold it back, it's just gonna come to us again, and everybody around will make a save. So that's not good.
So I'm just going to skip my turn because I can't do anything to help us at this point. If this were any other creature, I'd be golden, but unfortunately these things are immune to any amount of damage I can do. And throwing a bomb would just be bad.
Well, they're not immune. They took damage from it.
What, my crossbow?
Not your crossbow, your bombs.
Yeah, I know that, but throwing the bomb would just be a bad idea.
I'm just saying.
I mean, unless you guys want to deal with the smoke again, my only recourse is to throw another bomb because I can't damage these things with my regular weapons.
If you're gonna throw a bomb, I'd say throw it at the one we're at. So, but that's how teachers go. We'll see. You're the captain. Captain, go. Make the hard call.
I mean, I just wouldn't throw a bomb at all. It's gonna impede all of us no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Alright, then I'm ending my turn. I can't do anything at the moment.
It's your turn.
Okay, well, let me do a Constitution check to stabilize. I'm stable. Good. But also have to do a fortitude save, correct?
It's gonna happen on the creature's turn, but effectively, yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
It's like, not gonna make a lot of difference right now.
That's a failure.
Two points of dexterity.
Crap.
All right. Nom 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 nom.
Oh, it's that. Okay. Ah,
So I have good news and bad news. I'm kidding. It's all bad news.
it's definitely all bad news on that one. That's a hit.
Okay, technically the good news is that I corrected the roll, so I don't have to keep adjusting it.
Good job.
Thanks.
Yay.
Who was that to?
That was it, Cyrus.
Glad I healed up.
And I'm gonna need a fortitude.
Yeah, of course you will. And these saves have been going so well tonight, so I can already imagine. Oh, actually, maybe.
Do you have any bonuses to that aren't accounted for?
Don't think
Or
so.
anything specific to poison that isn't on the roll?
Probably not. I'm looking. I'm looking.
Don't you have a drow thing?
No, the draw only get for what is that? For sleep effects and +2 on enchantments and effects. And then I get poison use, but that doesn't help me against poison. It just says I can't poison myself. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I think that's all that's good. It's gonna take damage. So what is it? Ability damage, what is it?
Alright, you're gonna take 1 point of dexterity damage.
Okay, well that's not bad. I'm okay with that one. Doesn't actually affect me right now.
Brings us to Yav's turn. You hit and deal some damage.
Yay.
Yay.
And that'll be it for your turn.
Oh, at least this one's close enough that I can maybe stab it. So,
Tisha. That's pretty consistent damage. That will definitely hit, and you will do some to it. Cyrus.
Alright. That was wrong. Saving that real quick. Alright, so this is the third round, so still got that penalty, yes. And I will heal myself for a little bit. Awesome. That's something. Why isn't
Every little bit.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Oh, because I'm targeting the stupid enemies. So. Yeah.
yeah, what is it with my browser crashing random tabs today.
Because it's just crap. So 2 points. Give me that. Pretty sure I can add those two numbers together. That's pretty easy. Alright, and take that out. Target this one. I'm going to fight defensively. Putting that on. And I'm going to hold. It's -2. -2. I'm going to put all the minuses on there, so should all be right. Attack. A lot of penalties. Okay, 19 then.
Well, those will both still hit.
Yeah.
These things do not have a very, very good AC. Alright, let's see here.
Hammer the gap.
Alright, real question. Is there AC 1?
It is not one, it is higher than one.
Close.
A lot higher.
It's close though.
It's probably 3.
Alright, you hit this thing hard again. And it's looking a little runny.
Alright. In turn. It's out.
God, I wish I had two attacks, but I don't. Not yet. Anyways, zappy zappy, same one in the north.
You deliver a solid jolt to it.
Ah, good. Don't set it on fire, Vance.
You are next.
Vance, you're up. Alright, that will hit the ooze that's chasing after you, but unfortunately not deal enough damage to penetrate its defenses.
God fucking damn it.
It is your turn.
You like D8 weapons? Just throwing it out there. Orin, you are stable but unconscious. Alright. Two more dex damage. This thing, having caught up into melee range, once again is going to take an attack at Vance.
Okay. Let's see if that hits me. Yep, that just about hits my AC, so fuck me. I am down a lot.
Alright, I will need a fortitude save from you.
Of course you do.
That will just make it. You resist the poison.
Yay. How do I display my, health? I mean, like, under my token.
Yeah. You go into the prototype settings from the character sheet on the sidebar, not from the one on the map. It's in there. Alright. It's Ooze is gonna attack Altisha.
I like its gusto, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that would have hit me and that would have killed me. So.
Oh, you know what? No, it doesn't. Real close though. That brings us to Yoth.
Sorry, I had a headache, so I'm like kind of quiet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Also, Cyrus, I need another. What does it say?
42 safe. Okay.
Yep.
Come on. Really? I need a.
Close.
There's no way I'm gonna make that. So I'm just gonna forget. Alright. 2 points off. Got it.
Sorry. Go ahead, Yav.
Damn it.
Yeah, I feel like you didn't quite get through the sign.
Okay. Well, at least never mind. My turn again.
Tisha strikes with the sword of Velgor.
Yay!
Oh, finally!
And the first one loses cohesence.
Huzzah! Can I take a move action to pick up my lance?
You can, yes.
I will do so.
Lance recovered. You have lance in one arm and sword in the other. Cyrus.
Okay, I'm going to drop one of my spells and change it to a heal and cast it on myself. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, that's yeah. That's definitely not gonna work on this stupid thing.
Oh, and I forgot a couple of things here.
That's my move action. Hold on, that's good. Okay.
It's a solid heal.
Yeah, that's all it is. And okay. I messed up. Damn it.
But
I forgot I can't do a 5-foot step.
yep, can't 5-foot step.
I can't do that. Then I'll move over. Sure.
Alright, so that is a standard and a move action.
Yep.
Alright, brings us to Renard.
No, I could have done that. Oh well, that's fine.
Once again, we go back to the well of Zappy Zap.
That hits and deals damage.
It will be your turn next.
And it is a little shocked.
Here goes nothing. Why must you torment me so, game?
Yeah, that will hit, but not
It's
penetrate.
your turn.
Orin is unconscious but stable. That will not do it.
This is going to take a while to heal.
Yep.
Yeah, because we have no way to heal this. Another 2? Damn.
We have some potions.
What, we have restoration potions?
Yeah, we have potions. Did you not buy any potions?
Of restoration? No, I didn't buy any restoration.
Oh, restoration? No, not restoration.
Yeah, I'm talking about my dexterity damage.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your death damage.
No,
Yeah.
no.
This
Because we are soon getting to the point where I won't be able to move.
Yeah.
I think that's actually gonna miss. Vance survives.
Yeah, I have 7 points of damage to my dexterity right now.
Yeah.
It's rough, buddy.
Out of 12.
Well, I guess we'll just have to drag you back to the camp and let the healers deal with you.
Wait.
You're unconscious. You can't have this conversation.
Mm.
That will hit, and that's a solid bite.
Yay!
Yay.
That's like taking out a Snickers bar.
It satisfies?
One solid bite satisfies, yeah. Anything else?
Oh yeah, sorry. God damn it.
Altisha.
It's so hard to be.
Altisha will, with all the love and respect it deserves, drop the sword of Elgor and attack with her lance. Oof. That was supposed to be more epic than that.
It hits and it deals a little damage.
I rolled a 1 on my damage roll, guys.
Cyrus.
Alright, drop another spell for a heal. Gonna target Vance over there. This heal's for you. Bam.
Thank thee.
And
Yay, now I'm back up to 20 health.
yeah, so you might not totally die in one hit, so that's good. And I will swift on myself here and heal myself. Awesome. You can stop rolling those things. So. Alright, so swift, I healed.
I really can't.
Should I go get Orin? Yes. Because we don't know. We don't know. I'm coming.
Renard.
Well, what we did before, we do again. Not this time.
Oh, fuck, not again.
That'll miss.
It will be your turn next.
That brings us to Vance.
Give me a moment, my browser crashed again.
Yeah, sometimes they get finicky with ads running and then bad things happen.
Fuck! I did it again.
What browser are you running?
Firefox.
Huh.
Yeah, so am I.
That's weird.
It works
I
best.
think it's just my computer being a bitch today. It's crashing other tabs as well, so I think it's just Firefox being a bitch today for me.
Be right back.
Alright, I'm back. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Oh, fuck me again!
Okay,
Wow,
are you going
wait.
to make a melee attack or move?
Yes.
Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and roll it for you. So you can get your thing sorted out. Hits, but does not deal enough damage to penetrate.
It's your turn.
Orin is unconscious,
Mm-hmm.
stable, fortitude save. Hey, that's just enough. You resist the poison this round.
Okay, good, nice.
Okay, I think Foundry is acting correct this time.
Alright, well, the thing's gonna attack you because you're pretty situated for it. And
Although it seems I'm a bit behind in the what's happening, because it's still saying it's my turn.
yeah, it is. It's
Because
definitely
it's
not.
the Ooze's turn.
And I'm pretty sure the use hits.
Let me. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it hits, and it does a good crap ton of damage.
Well, that's weird. It turn hopped. Yeah, if you're
I bite.
that bites and deals some damage. Oh, and Cyrus, I need another save for you. Oh, but he's stuck. We'll get back to that. Till then, Altisha. Yep. That will hit. And that will do some damage. And that brings us to Cyrus, who's currently AFK. So we will wait just a minute, and if he does not return, we'll skip his turn. What would a
Got this coming. Let's just go
dwarf
on. So,
turtle look like?
dwarf turtle, really?
Yeah, because I was just thinking about it, and I think Orin got Secret of the Oozed. I think the ninja part is training Orin's never going to get, but we could throw some mutant in there for sure.
Hmm.
Good lord.
Alright, we'll put Cyrus' turn on hold then. Delay. Move on to Renard.
Well, it's been working so far.
Hits and whittles some more damage off this thing.
You are next.
Vance. Amazingly, that will hit and deal damage.
Oh, sweet.
You score! Orin is unconscious. I do believe one last. Alright, Orin, you managed to throw the poison off.
All right. So either A, it required 2 consecutive saves, or 2, it had a duration.
Alright, it's gonna attack Vance because Vance manages to avoid this one. We're back to Yav.
I want to bite. Let it be over so I can be done. My head go ouch.
You bite and deal some damage to him.
Ah!
But it remains.
Things are so dumb.
Tisha.
Oh, hey, magic dealer. Is there a way to get permissions for my token to Celia too?
Yep, super easy.
Nope.
That will hit.
Alright, I'm back.
I'm back.
Alright, we are going to pause here for just a second on Altisha's turn in the combat tracker while we resolve Cyrus's stuff. Cyrus, first I need a fortitude save.
Of course you do. And it's gonna be a fail.
I believe in you.
No, I don't.
Trust in the heart of the cards.
Yep, see, I told you.
You're
Here,
right.
I'll quibble
Well,
it.
I mean-
Reroll it.
Well, you see, your problem is we're rolling dice. So,
I quibble it. Reroll it.
It doesn't matter because it's too much. So I have to roll really high. To roll like a 20. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Hey, but hey, at least I gave you a second shot, right?
Yep, thank you.
Yes. Bro, that's brutal.
Okay.
Alright, and it is now your turn.
Oh, okay.
And it's also about to be your turn a second time. Your turn.
Alright, well, the first time I'm gonna move over and I'm just gonna stabilize because I don't know anything, so I'm just gonna do that.
You'll check.
No, stabilize. Boom.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to roll hit checks or anything. He might be on death's door. We're just gonna pop that and be done. Oh, I forgot about that. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Maybe I should have done a heal check. Anyway.
It's fine. It works for me.
Yeah, of course it does. And then, I guess I'll use my last fervor there to heal myself. Ooh, 4 points. That's good.
All right. And then we will move to Cyrus's turn.
I'll be right back. My dog is crying about something.
Oh.
Okay.
So I'm finally healed up, and do I have to? Since that's been 2 turns, that's another round of that poison.
Yep.
Right?
welcome to my world.
Not good enough. So yep, another. I've been poisoned as long as you have almost, so I think I was 1 round less. That was a 2, right?
Yep.
That's too good.
Oof.
Imagine hitting us with a fucking ability damage monster.
I know. So rude.
We don't have fucking healers.
Yeah, 1 spell left. Jeez, man.
Yeah, I get the feeling this particular creature weakens his prey so you can eat them. Just, slows them down so I can just go.
It wants to merge.
I would have to be here for flanking with Altasia or anything? Or can it be here? There. Okay.
Opposite diagonals, yeah.
Yeah,
It really doesn't matter, but it should work.
So I pulled this coin out of this little container I have over here, and I thought it was a Mexican coin for a second until I recognized, no, this is a Chuck E. Cheese token. Although, granted, it's probably worth about as much as a peso.
Winning.
And And pretty soon, these might be worth something. Who knows?
You hit and deal some damage.
Because
Hey.
I don't think they're going to be around for much longer.
Here's the real secret about all those tokens. They cost more to make than they're worth. So if you just go put your money in, get the tokens, and walk out, you're making a profit.
And you're costing them money.
Renard.
Right. Continuing the zappy.
I mean, the whole point of a token never really made a whole lot of sense from that standpoint.
Well, it's just like locking purchases behind store-specific currency. It's supposed to get you to buy more than you would have otherwise. And that will hit.
Did I hit?
Damage.
Excellent. How's it looking?
Like a big, goopy ball of metal.
How bad is it looking?
How would you characterize that?
I don't know. The
Yeah.
metal is kind of.
It's not as spry as it was when it first showed
Yeah, it's
up.
not shiny. You know, it's just.
Did
kinda-
you?
It's losing its luster? I don't know.
Make ready, your turn comes.
For another stabbing, motherfucker. And nothing.
It is your
You hit it
turn.
at least.
Yeah, but no damage.
All right, it has 2 targets. I go top to bottom. 'Cause that's how I roll. Oh, okay. I guess we're getting Cyrus here.
Like always, of course it rolls high. Well, normally that would miss, but now it hits since my dex is so low. Anyway. Well,
And now I got a fucking headache, although I think that may be from the chemicals from the bug spray I used.
the good news is I'm still alive, and the even better news is I'm still poisoned, so it doesn't really matter. Yay!
It's probably going to attack me, knowing my luck.
It just attacked me.
Okay, good.
That does, however, raise the DC of the poison.
Yeah, well, do I get a save to see it, or does it just stack?
Well,
Okay.
next time it rocks.
Alright.
Yav.
Please die.
Thwarting you in the most offensive fashion, it did not.
Ah.
Man, these things are tough. That DR,
Sure,
that DR is really just soaking in a lot of damage.
yeah, getting its mileage.
Mm-hmm.
Tisha, you're up.
It's her own fault for not having a 2-handed barbarian.
Tisha strikes home and another one falls.
Yay!
Once again, I get all the kills. Bow down before your glorious captain.
I'm just glad it's done.
Are you doing anything else, Altisha?
Gloating.
Alright, standard action attack, move action to gloat.
Also, yeah, I
Minus
guess
2
Cyrus,
seconds.
if you want to save Orin or whatever, that'd be cool.
But you're the great Altisha, you should be able to do that as well. So there you go.
Oh, I could save him. He would just never, ever speak to me again if I did.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think he'll speak to me either, you know. So, but I'll bring him back because I'm just that type of person. So,
Altisha puts away her recreational surgery implements.
Alright, Cyrus, what are you doing?
I am healing Orin there. Clear.
Alright. Do we have an arcane mishap?
Nope.
Why?
Okay.
You stop talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Orin comes to with a start as he is no longer unconscious. He goes,
That was not an enjoyable experience.
All right. Cyrus, give me a fortitude save.
Oh, I'm gonna fail these, so I might as well just go.
Wait, are we still fighting? I don't see any enemies still on the thing.
We have poison in play, so that's why
Oh.
we're still initiative.
Yeah, see, that fails. So I'll just roll another one because you might as well just keep rolling here.
No.
Because I got nowhere to stop it. That one still fails. Oh, I should
Oh,
have.
that was so close.
I should have put my buff on me. I forgot about that. Thing.
wait. No, there is a way to help you though.
I was gonna say, well, I have guidance. I could have guidance myself.
Well, no, there's also. Does anyone have the heal skill?
Yes.
Because someone can try and roll a heal skill. If they roll higher than the DC of the poison, you get a bonus on your fortitude roll.
Yep. And that works. But I don't think I can do it on myself. So.
Yeah.
Cyrus, you take 1 more point of dex damage,
All right.
and you feel the poison burn out.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we're after combat.
All right.
Okay.
Can we go back now?
As a matter of fact, Orin, I think we are about done our patrol and we'll be heading back next. But we should probably wait till morning. Not far off. Since you obviously don't have your own, Altisha will give you 2 potions of light wounds.
I have potions.
Okay.
Let's.
He just doesn't have restoration potions.
No, I know. I bought the. I got plenty of cure light wounds. So let me use one of these. Nice. And I'll drink another. Smash that one on the ground. Another.
Experience has been awarded for that combat.
I think the bonus on these are wrong.
1d8 plus 1?
No, it should be +3, right?
No, they're potions.
Oh, I thought.
Potions, scrolls, etc. are always done at the minimum caster level.
Really? I was wrong. Man, I've been using them wrong then with my other game. I thought they were +3.
The only time they're higher is if you crafted them at a higher level or purchased them at a higher level, which costs more. But don't worry, I won't tell them if you don't.
Yeah. I'll just have to make a note of that to form of that when I'm over there over the weekend, because one of them took the feat to craft potions. So
yeah, caster level is super important to determine how much it's going to go.
Yeah.
And how much it's going to cost.
I was reading over the creation rules for potions, and I found it to be kind of confusing.
I suggest other people to use their potions if they have them, then heal up. Because I got nothing.
I'm only down 5 hit points. I'm going to heal 3 overnight, so I don't feel like wasting another potion on that. I was reading over the rules for green potions, and at one hand, it almost sounded like you could make multiple potions in a day, but on the other hand, said no, you can only make 1 a day, depending upon the price.
Mm-hmm.
So I went with just you can only do 1 a day, because a Cure Light Wounds potion is so inexpensive to make that you could usually, it takes like 2 hours to make one. If you have 8 hours in a day to do crafting, well, you can make multiple potions a day then, technically.
Yeah, so if the potion's price is if its market price is 250 gold or less,
Mm-hmm.
it takes 2 hours to make.
Right.
Otherwise, it takes 1 day for every 1,000 gold.
Right.
But it still has the normal requirements of being limited to
How many spell slots do you
Crafting.
have? Yeah, how many spell slots do you have? Yeah.
magic item crafting limit restriction per day.
Yeah. So, which is, I believe, is 1. So, all right. So, long rest then.
I do not know what this long rest you speak of is.
I'm sorry. Yeah, rest. We're going to be resting.
But to be specific, no matter how much money you have to throw around, normally you can only create 1 magic item per day.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a specific ability to let you do more, even if you're doing like a 250 gold thing or 20 gold thing. It's still just 1 a day.
Mm-hmm. He was able to make, I think, like 4 potions in a week. I can't remember what we decided he made. I had him basically. They had 2 weeks of downtime, so I had him just roll 2 crafters checks.
There's stuff you can get to specifically for potions to let you brew more potions at once.
Mm-hmm.
But normally, yeah, it's limited.
All right. Should we hit our rest button then?
You can, yeah. So on your evening random encounter roll, you guys want to know what you got?
Okay, good. Automatically heals that. Good.
What?
Was a 97. You rolled a 97 on the random encounter chart for sleeping.
That's high.
Well, let's not do that again. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that was your fight. That was a spicy one, but worth a ton of experience.
Well, Altisha will take notes of it, including some notes in her point spread. And as we're packing up, say, "Right, so that's 2 nights in a row we've been
Accosted.
accosted in our sleep. Not having good odds on that. But during the day, we seem to be very effective. So let's stick to that daytime effectiveness. Get back to camp without further incident. And if there is a further incident, I expect that 2 to 4 enemy neutralizations per person. Let's keep those stats up, people. Tally ho!
At least I got my spells back.
Hey friends, I have a really bad headache and I think I'm gonna call it for the night.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
I'm
were
sorry.
too.
Hope you
Yeah,
feel better.
no, I'm sorry. I just need to get the headphones off and they'll work better. They'll go away faster.
Yeah, the pressure can do that sometimes.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I keep meaning to pair my Bluetooth earbuds into my computer, but until then, I will talk to you later. Have a great time.
Yep. Good night.
All right.
Good night.
night.
Thanks for running, Magic.
Thank you, Magic.
Are we done?
It
I
seems
guess
like
we're
people are
calling it
bailing.
now.
I thought we were. Okay. Do y'all
I mean, it's
wanna wrap up for the night?
It's 11:21 at night.
Yeah, I mean, we can wrap up. I'm
This
fine
is
with
about the time. This is about the time we do wrap.
Alright, it's gonna be really funny, but we can wait till next time, I guess, if you want.
I have a headache and I really, really want to go to bed.
All right.
Okay.
Hasta luego. Thanks, Magic.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Good night.
Yep. All right.
How much experience do we have then? Let me see.
Y'all got a huge chunk from that fight.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's getting closer to 4th level on that
All right.
one.
All right, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, I muted the wrong thing. Here we go. Well, everyone, I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight for this session of Immortalis. We shall see you next time. Good night.